Street, alright, so we chop it, so we do it. Down down and we a lock down the street, so we chop it, so we do it. This is when you come for lock down the street. All I'm full of go play back again, and everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big room. All I'm full of go play back again, and everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big room. All I'm full of go play back again, and everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. The big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking about the big tune.
right. Welcome aboard. That's not it. We're going to have to check that back. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. We're going to do a 5x5 check, make sure our mic works. It kind of looks like it's working, but let me know those folks in the channel. We're going to change our livery here, so you got to give me a second. Let's go ahead and... Nothing. I mean, I was shocked to even get this going this far. We've had nothing but computer problems today, so I do want to apologize for that. Let's go back to, we're out of Delta 20. It is in the morning. I think it's going to be about a 12 o'clock push, so about here about, I'll put it 11:26. How's that? I set that departure, click fly, I see how it goes. Can you hear me? All right, we've got Denali's 5x5. He's checking in. What's up? We've got that monitor is going to fall off the table, I'm assuming. We've got Denali says, braving the FNO and the CRJ. Where is the Friday night operations? Because I don't even know where they are right now. Just to tell you, that's how out of the loop I am. Like I said, this was just enough to get this thing going today. It's a miracle I'm here. That is not the right aircraft. Yeah, it is. Okay. Jeez. Scott, what's up, man? Sierra Bravo Whiskey and SRQ, how are you? I think SRQ said he's about to start his first VATSIM flight in an 800. Well, that's going to go well for you. I am connected. I was connected. I'm not connected now, so let's try it again. Let's go and connect up, and I don't know where FNO is, so if you can help me out with that, that'd be fantastic. Flight plan, we are going to Myrtle Beach from Raleigh. It's a very fast flight. We're talking maybe 40 minutes total airborne time, and then we'll be in Miami. We'll do a turn from Myrtle Beach to Miami on the second run. But that's what we got. We're in a CRJ-700 today. We're going to go ahead and get it ready to go at Raleigh-Durham here. And like I said, it's been an absolute bugger just to get to this point. Throw my seat up here a little bit. It's just been crazy. My computer has nothing but crashed. I've had nothing but computer problems, and I think it's because my GPU was kind of sticking out a little bit on one of the prongs, and it was causing a crash to desktop. But it wouldn't even be a desktop. It would just be complete kernel crash. You know, you'd get a kernel alert, and then it boom right to nothing but blank screen. So it was really frustrating earlier. And I was talking with Sean last night. I'm like, I do not know what is going on with my sim. And then I haven't had time to work on it all day. I've been gone all day, so literally it's a scramble to even get this show on the road here today. So FNO is, oh good, Raleigh-Durham. All right, Tampa, MSY, BNA, good. We're going to have ATC. We should have a lot of fun. It's a CRJ, so this airplane will keep us on our toes. That's why we like it. I like flying it. It's a ton of fun. We're out here at a 12 o'clock push. I do need to get a couple things going on in the aircraft first. Let's go ahead and get it configured. We're going to start right away. We're just going to get it configured for a how we had it set up. It's the kind of how we had it set up. I'll throw that off. And then we'll turn this on, start EFB, and I'll show you the route and all that good stuff here in just a minute. I just wanted to show you where we start. So I'm just going to go ahead and knock this off to 0. I'm just going to go like that. We're going to enter 0, enter. We're going to come down to this one, back it all out, 0, enter. Same with this one, and then 0, enter. Now fuel, we landed with 4782, so that's a big deal for us. I got to put that in, 4782, and then we'll just click enter. And once we're done with that, bam, there we go. We'll go ahead and set that payload in the sim. And then, oh, you stupid thing. I thought it worked. I hope your week was well. like I said, folks, I'm going to warn everybody, if this thing just shuts off on me, then it's not, I didn't figure it out. I thought I did. I thought I saw what the culprit was, but I haven't had time to really troubleshoot anything. So if it does decide to smash and crash, you know, we're done. I'm just going to scrap it, and I'll have to troubleshoot the rest of the night and figure out what's going on. So just bear with me. I hope that doesn't happen today, but we'll try it. We'll try anything once. Okay. We got that. We got everything started up. Let's go ahead and start up our 8 cars. We'll pull that in. SRQ says, I'm going from Tampa to Atlanta. My call sign is 914. Denali says, watch out for Tampa, especially. They're slammed with FNO right now. Okay. The good news is we're going to be in their airspace, in Jacksonville, but we're going to be on the other coast, right? So we're not really going into Tampa. We're not going to add to their traffic flow. We'll add to center, but that's about it. Antoine, what's up? He says, hey, Jason, finally have some free time. You know, being a dad to 1-year-old. Yeah, it's, dude, it's busy. But just understand that passes, you know, that time passes. So my kids were young. It was very, I didn't have a lot of time to fly. Matter of fact, if I did fly, it was 1 day a week, and it was like at night when everybody was sleeping. And not so much different than it is today, but enjoy the time. We were just thinking about my kids are, you know, for October. I mean, there's no more of that, right? There's no more costumes. That's over, you know. So just take all those seasons as they come and with gratefulness, right? That's a good thing. Joseph says, I'm about to head out on my last leg of the day. Roanoke 1-day trip. Yep, I saw you doing that. How's that Roanoke? I like the airport. I don't think it's done really that well. I wish it was done a little bit better. There's some kind of bugginess to it in Roanoke, but that's it. All right, let's go ahead and start up our 8 cars program. I'm going to fire that thing up. And let me see. Okay. Let's pull my 8 cars program up here first. I got to get that rolling. I'm going to go ahead and start this flight. We got the fuel the way we needed it, and then we're going to start it. So good. That means we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and pull up PackX. Now, I wanted to get the new self-loading cargo. I'm a little hesitant jumping the gun. I don't really want to pull I'm on the fence right now. And the reason why I'm on the fence is a couple of reasons. One, I've heard nothing but bad things about the development of it. It was a very long delay. We're talking 3 years. They haven't updated it. So that, you know, if you spend money, how often is this thing going to get updated? I don't know. I know he's working on it. I kind of watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos about it. And number 2 is I don't know. There's another one coming out called Passengers 2. And I know that's going to be in Q4, but I'm kind of waiting for that because that might be what we need. Kind of that bridge that gap. The thing I don't like about SLC or self-loading cargo right now is that you're kind of stuck to a script, right? So your PAs are definitely scripted, and I don't like that. It should be a free-forming PA. You should be able to say what you want. Of course, have those triggers as they come. I'm going to start loading my passengers right now. We are not going to serve anything on this flight, folks, just because we just don't need to. All right. So I'm going to get back in the CRJ here. We're going to go GSX. We'll pull that thing up. And we're going to go ahead and request boarding. Right there.
Boarding requested.
So we got boarding requested coming in. Joseph says, I like flying the Roanoke, but I have to use the default scenery. The pay wears awful on frames. Yeah. The default is pretty bad, but somebody in the VA has to service Roanoke sometimes. I figured I'd do it. No, it's a fun airport. I do like flying into it. But, you know, that's kind of where we're at. All right, let's get to the task at hand, folks, and we're going to be getting this flight in here. Welcome to the CRJ. This is 700, like I said. Coastal Connection. We're going to be... we have 2 in our fleet right now with Coastal Connection. It's kind of the eastern runs up and down the East Coast a little bit. And nice little, it's actually really fun. These are fun legs. I've enjoyed I've enjoyed them. I'm going to go ahead and get some fuel pumping on this aircraft. So if you never fueled it, there's a couple ways you could do this on the CRJ. I like doing this way because it reminds me of work that I used to do. I'm going to open these. This is actually the fueling panel I found on the wing. It's the same one, very close to it. 8.4, so you would just dial in the numbers here. We're just going to go 8.4. 8,400 pounds. Hey, Pops, what's going on? Hopefully you're well. Hockey's getting closer. Hockey's getting closer, folks. So we're going to go 8.4. That's perfect. I think it's going to throw the on switch. You can see it would start pumping in the fuel, and it automatically puts the fuel where you need it. So we're getting fueling right now. We're getting passengers on the aircraft. I am going to just check our EFB here through the aircraft settings, and we'll open that door. We'll shut down the jetway. That's in place. I'm going to go ahead and open both of those. We are connected on there. And then I'm going to go upstairs here and just do a quick flow, just making sure everything's good. The one thing I don't like about the CRJ, especially this, is that you can't save your panel state, and that's a bummer. Auto, on, auto, auto. So it makes it very annoying when you're trying to turn the aircraft. You have to kind of leave it. Otherwise, it's just weird. All right, let's see. We're going up to an altitude, landing altitude at 25 feet. So that's where we're going to leave them. We'll keep the AC off for now. We'll see how hot it is. I'll throw that on. We're going to drop down here. Cal ice is off. Wing ice is off. And I don't need to do like first flight stuff. Wing, by the way, you would put those to low, and then probes are on. You can start that now. It's a little different than a 737. That's on the arm position. We're good. That's it. Overhead's done. We'll go down here. We start here usually on this aircraft, but again, I got to get weather and stuff like that. So bear with me. Let's go get the weather at Raleigh. And by the way, I've got the butt kicker. I just installed it this week earlier, and it is beautiful. I think last week I was talking about how I would get it installed, and I installed it, and let me tell you, it is awesome. 040 at 3, 10 statute miles visibility. Looks like few clouds at 3,300. Scattered 75, broken at 24. Temperature is 24. It's a little hot. 22, 29904. So that means to us, we went to Raleigh here. We're talking 80. It's at Raleigh Durham right now. The weather 75 degrees here in Raleigh, which is pretty warm. I mean, it'd be warm in the cabin if you don't have any AC. So let's go ahead and call and get the AC on, even though we're not going to be really down here a long time. But you never know with F&O going on. They could have ground delays. So we're not gonna start the APU for a bit. Okay, there we go. So hopefully you can see the throttles. I don't know if you can see it all right, but there's the throttle and the yoke. You can see that as well. So when I get closer to manipulate, I'll go ahead and turn
I'd like
those
to
two
welcome
cameras
you
on.
aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your luggage.
So has
carry-on items
anybody,
in the
I want to know,
open
has
bins
anybody
and smaller
had
items underneath the
SLC
seat
or
behind you.
self-loading
If you have
cargo?
trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on
And what
items,
do
please
you
use the
think
flight
about it
attendant
so
call
far?
button
Is it
over your
worth
seat and
us
somebody will
getting
assist you. If the overhead bin is
showcase
full,
it to
please
you
make sure
on
you
here? I
close it
probably
as a
could.
courtesy to other passengers. Please
I'm just
double
gonna
check
set
that all
this.
your items are put away so that
And then
the
we're going to
aisle
go
is
ahead and
clear
check,
and other
what
passengers
did we
can
say,
make their way to their
30.
seats. If you're in an emergency
2994.
exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the
There we go,
card
2994
back
straight
in front
across,
of you.
looking
If you're
good.
not able to comply with these actions, please
I'm
let
going
a
to go ahead
flight
and get
attendant
clearance
know
now.
so that way
Before
you
we're
can be
doing that,
released.
let's go ahead and
You are
check
free
this
to use
out.
your portable electronic devices during the boarding process.
July.
We ask that larger electronic
I've gotta
devices are
update
stowed
it.
once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome
We've
aboard.
got to do an update here shortly here. Raleigh Durham, RDU. And hopefully we show you a turn. When we do that, we're going to go to the next page. We're going to throw the GNS first line and then throw that in there And that's going to do a quick line. We would be with right now, we got Raleigh Tower, Raleigh Departure, Raleigh Ground. Is there any clearance? So we're going to go 120.1. So let's go on the radios. Go 120.1. Let's call for a clearance. And let's see if we can't get it out of here before we start the EPU and start burning fuel. Let's go and get a clearance first. And with F&Os like this, by the way, Friday night operations, you don't want to start any engine until you absolutely have to. I've learned that the hard way, especially with Coastal. You're going to be burning fuel, and we're not going to like that. So let's see if we can't get going here. We got departure tower ground delivery 120 point. Come on. I want to make sure we're good. Raleigh Durham delivery. Riptide 5205 looking for clearance over to Myrtle Beach. IFR. Read the numbers. Let's see what happened. Does anything happen? Can anybody hear me? 120.1. Okay, so now I'm going to look at settings and make sure that our audio settings is correct. We do have the correct settings ready to go, so let's try it again. Raleigh clearance, Riptide 5205. Negative. So, I'm not hearing anything. I don't see them trying to communicate as well, so let's go to ground. Let's go 121.9. I want to make sure I'm on COM 1. I am on COM 1. I can see it right there. 120.1. I got that. Let's go to 121.9. 121.9. Plug it in there. And let's see if we can't get something going. Raleigh ground, Riptide 5205. There's delivery. No, I can't hear you. Stand by. They can hear me, but we can't hear them. So a couple things we'll take a look at. That's VHF. DME and nav. Let's try that again. We're here. 120.1. Let's try it one more time. Let's see if they can hear us. Raleigh delivery, Riptide 5205, radio check. No, okay. I'm going to be back, so what I'm going to do is disconnect. Okay, so I'm just going to drop off the network here. I'll try to connect again. Because they can hear us, we can't hear them, so we're just going to have to make sure we can hear them, because that would be a problem.
We are ready to go when you are.
All right, let's try connecting up. One more time, see if we can't get some stuff going here. And I want to hear, if I can hear the... Let's tune ATIS, and let's see if we can't get the ATIS going. Because if we can get the ATIS rolling, then we're going to be in good shape. 123 decimal. 123.3. 5. Nope. Decimal. 123.8. So 123. We'll clear it. That's so annoying. Once we get all this crap dealt with, then okay, let's try this. 120.123.8. Now let's see if we can't hear this.
Call hold short
I can hear
interruption.
it.
VFR aircraft.
What's up, Ryan? How you doing? Are you at work,
Command
bud?
error in phone. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta.
Delta. Okay, so let them know we got Delta. I'll give him a call here again here in a minute.
Raleigh-Durham International Airport ATIS information Delta 0051 Zulu. Wind 030 at 3. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 3,300. 7,500 scattered. Ceiling 25,000 broken. Temperature 24. 2.22. Altimeter 2994.
Okay, we got that in.
ILS and visual runway 23 right. 23 approach is in use.
23 right.
Landing and departing runway 23 right. 23. Radar service available. Raleigh approach 124.950. Notices to air mission. Simultaneous approaches are being conducted to our runway.
Let's try it again.
Read back all runway assignments and read back all hold short instructions. VFR aircraft say direction of flight.
Now let's listen in. We might be able to hear clearance. And Raleigh clearance. Riptide 5205, radio check.
Riptide 5205, flight and clear.
All right, I can hear you now. We're looking for IFR over to Myrtle Beach with the numbers.
Riptide 5205, clearance request, stay number 1.
All right, we're number 1. That's a good sign.
Riptide 5205, clearance available, advisory, ready, copy.
We're ready.
Riptide 5205, go to the Myrtle Beach International Airport via the Roswell 5 departure. Roswell transition, and is filed. Maintain 6000, expect flight level 200, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 132.35, squawk 3605.
All right, let's do this. Get this out of the way. And we're looking at the Roswell 5. All right, we're cleared the Roswell 5 up to 6,000. Looks like 132.35, 3605 in the box for Riptide 5205.
Riptide 5205, readback correct. Contact ground on 121.9er for pushback.
Over to ground 121.9, thanks.
See you.
All right, we got a clearance now. Let's go ahead and program the FMC really quick. And we're going to do that by going to flight plan, and we're going to type in RDU, which is Raleigh-Durham. So we're going to go RDU, and then Kilo MYR. You really shouldn't have to do this, just because it's such a short route. RDU MYR. Let's go ahead and go Kilo. Excuse me. I'm just going to hit execute, and that'll auto-populate everything. This I got to change. Roswell is the runway, but I mean Roswell is the departure, but we're going to be on a different runway. So let's go over here. Runway going to be 23 left or right. Don't know which one it is. I'm assuming we're going to go on the short side. They might take us to 23 right. That's fine. I'll plan on that because we're closer to that runway. So we'll plan 23 right.
Raleigh clearance, Southwest 1206 with Delta, IFR to Tampa.
Southwest 1206 is cleared at the Tampa International Airport via the Hooks 5 departure dots transition minutes filed. Maintain 6000, expect flight level 320, 10 minutes after departure.
So we've got 23
departure frequency
Eager,
is
then Roswell. So that's perfect.
132.35, squawk 1362.
And then let's go into here. There is no arrivals into
All right, clear to Tampa, Hooks 5
but let's take a look at the next page. I'm going to get rid of this.
Climb maintain 6000, expect 320 and 10. Departure 132.35, squawking 1362.
I just want to dump it because I don't want to hear it right now. So Denali says, I would assume long terminal 1 departure ready to go over to the short side. Yeah, probably. Yeah, we might go to the short side because we're CRJ. We'll see how busy they are. If they're not that busy, then I'm sure we'll be okay. All right, so let's take a look at this. We've got Roswell 5. That's going to take us to Eager, then Roswell. After Roswell, then Elid, Yo-Yerk. Be Q97 to Yo-York, then Zem or whatever that is. Zemvem, Zev-im, UX Dep is going to be basically straight in on the south runway into the Raleigh-Durham area. Into Myrtle Beach. NOTAMs at Raleigh right now, we have effective August 8th, August 4th. Taxiway Alpha between Alpha 1 and Alpha 3 is closed. We've got Taxi Alpha, Taxi 1, Alpha 2. Safety air is not standard. Raleigh Alpha 2 is closed. We got a 7-day, basically an ILS issue, some obstructions with towers. Anything I'm looking at, like just making sure anything like major. And I don't see any runway closure or anything like that. Whole bunch of crap here, non-standard stuff. North cargo ramp is closed. Again, obstructions, towers, cooling tower lighted, that kind of stuff, right? So nav ILS 23 not maintained. That's fine. We're good to go. All right. So that's fine. I'm good with all of that. Let's click leg wind. You can see what we're looking at here. Go next page, next page. Now we're going to 20,000 feet. So we're going to go right back to flight plan, pref in it, and then we're going to go ahead and start loading our preference. We're going to have this amount of passengers on board. We have 70 passengers, and then we're going to reflect all that. Now this is good, 84.5. Just going to flip that to close. We're going to go ahead and throw that to off, and we're fueled. Okay, I'm going to write all this down, and then we're going to get the heck out of here. That's a good thing about this. 25... 42.25, 0 in the center. We're looking at 84.50. Good deal. Okay, I'll give you guys a brief and we'll get the heck out of here. Looks like a flap 8 departure. Our runway is going to be 23 right. Where are you? Now, because we have everybody available, we're going to go ahead and make sure. We're still not done with the FMC. I'm still working on it, but let's go ahead and load the airplane now. And we're going to load it per our performance. We're just going to click that. We're going to go right to 0 fuel weight. It's just a little easier that way. Our 0 fuel weight that we have is 61.3. So I'll just call all the way down, 61,300, enter. And then we're going to drop this in at 85, what did we say? 84.50. It's another way you can load it. 84.50, and then you can click enter. You can see we're right in there. We're perfect. And we're going to go ahead and set the payload in the sim, and then copy pref in it to the FMS. It's probably good to go now. Yes. So you see that 90,000. Good. Let's go to the VNAV setup. Take a look at our climb. It's not going to be that fast, folks, because it's such a short flight. Maybe 269 on the speed, 0.60. So we're going to change this to 269 and 0.6. And then just dump it right over the top. We'll execute that. And then straight over to the cruise portion. Again, it's going to be 0.60 on the climb. Or on the cruise. 269 slant 0.6. So this tells us, basically telling the computer what to expect. And I really don't expect much other than this. It's not that. It's going to be 0.6. And then execute that. Okay, we're good to go on that. VNAV is good to go. You can see next flag here, ISA 17. This is our winds. And then reserve fuel is 3,000 pounds. We're going to throw that there. Right into the MFD menu. I'm going to take airports off. I'm going to throw this on the VNAV on my side, and then on the left side, we're just going to turn this window to the on position. Okay, then we're going to come over to, all right, I'm good on that. All that's good to go. Prog pref is in. Good. Flex temp, let's go ahead and flex it down to 32, just kind of standard. And then our fuel management page, we've got 8450, 3,000 in the reserves. We are predicted, and we are done with this. That's it. That's the cool thing about this radio. Excuse me. I want to get this done right because we've got a lot of people on, and we're going to be busy switching frequencies. So we're going to go to ground 121.9er. So that's what we're going to tune. That's our next one we're going to tune. So we'll throw that into COM 1. COM 2, the second one, or standby, is going to be tower 127.450. 127.45. I'm going to throw that there in COM 2. And you can see as we come down here, 121.9, and I'm going to tune this one to 127.45. I actually tuned it to the other side, so my bad. 127.450. We're going to be pushing back soon here, folks. Just hang on. Just got to get all this done right because we have ATC out the wazoo. So, and then we could go over to COM 2 and tune to tower 127.450, and then departure is going to be 132.35. So we're going to go over to here, 132. Oops. Just kidding. 132.350. You always want to do this now because you don't want to do this when you're in the air going, oh, how am I going to do all this? Because you're a single pilot. And then from there, it's going to probably be Jack's center, and I do not know their frequency. So we're going to leave that as is. Good? Okay. Click return. We're going to put in our squawk code of 3605 in there. So you can just go like this, and then we'll plug in 3605. And then return. It's on right now, so that's kind of a weird thing, but we'll go ahead and throw that there. That looks good. We're going to throw that to standby. Stab 1. Shoot, I think I had those on. INOPS coming in, normal, and nav. All these four are normal. Yaw damper is going to be off, so we're going to turn those on, kick it. You heard that bell? That's good. All right, everything else looks good, folks. We're ready to go for the checklist. And I'll give you guys a brief and get the heck out of here. Do you guys have 121 training on the CRJ? You know, Max, we're working on it. So, yes, we will have it. How's that? It's a work in progress, though. It's pretty big. It's a, just like
Ground, good evening, American 2688, off of 23 right. American 2688, Raleigh ground, hello. Taxi to terminals via Bravo 4, Tango 4. Taxi to terminal via Bravo 4, Tango 4, American 2688.
Okay, folks, give me a second, and we'll get this show on the road here. We're almost done. Myrtle Beach is a lot of fun. They're expecting some iffy weather, so I'll just let you know. Right now, it's actually. So I want to know your opinion. Should we get it, or should we get self-loading cargo and try it out, or should we stick with what we got here? Looks good. Looking at turbulence. Yeah, we should be all right. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll give you a PA, and we'll get the heck out of here. Almost done. See, and this is what self-loading cargo can't do. I'll give you another side here, maybe.
And Raleigh ground Southwest 1206 with Delta at Alpha 3 ready for push.
Southwest 1206, pushback on Alpha approved. Face east, expect runway 23 left for departure.
Alright, pushback approved, facing east, 23 left for departure, Southwest 1206.
And folks, from the flight deck, welcome aboard Flight 5205, nonstop service over to over to Myrtle Beach. We should have you on the gate here in about 2 minutes. Once we're airborne, looks like a total time of 32 minutes. The ride should be smooth all the way over there. We're going to climb to an altitude of 20,000 feet. Temperature 77 degrees and overcast clouds. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Thanks for watching the Flight Sim Broadcasting Network. Ensure you hit subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Thanks. All right, and I don't think self-loading cargo does that feature. You know, I don't think so. So let's run the checklist and let's get the heck out of here. I showed 12 o'clock. I want to get out of here on time. So I'm going to call GSX for a push, and then we'll call for push. So we're going to pair for push. I'm going to come up on there upstairs here. We're going to make sure those two are on. Power fuel coming up. And what that does
Good morning, ladies and
is it
gentlemen, and
opens this
welcome
door.
aboard
See this door right here?
5205 with service to
That's the
South
APU door. You
Carolina.
can see that
Our
door
flight
open.
time
That's
will
the
be
inlet.
roughly 15
Hello, Captain.
minutes.
There
Please
we
note
go.
the cabin door is now closed.
Pretty
We ask
cool.
that you make sure that all
All right,
devices
once
are in
that's done, we're
airplane
gonna
mode
start.
and your larger devices are now shut
Let's
down
take a
and
look
stowed.
downstairs
If
here.
you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight
Okay,
across
before
your
start,
lap.
log looks
Your
good.
tray
Crew
tables and
O2
seat
masks
backs
are
must be in the
set.
full upright and locked position for
Anti-skid.
departure. Cabin crew
We
secure
will
doors
have
for
done a test. We're
departure.
going to get a test that right now. You can see how that's off. That's coming back on. We're good to go.
Departure checks completed.
What do you say, 3,000 on the
Bypass pin
climb?
inserted.
I hate when they do that. It's such a short climb for this aircraft. This thing wants to, 6,000. This thing wants to climb like a homesick angel. So it's not like a 737. It wants to go. Parking brake, fuel quantity verified. We've got the fuel altimeter set. Departure briefing is complete. I'll give you a departure brief really quick while we're waiting here for the APU to start up. Looks like we have a good APU light. I'll select this over here, and I will unload, import the flight. And Max, you know, Max brings up a good. He says, "Well, what about the CRJ?"
And ground Southwest 1206, right taxi 23 left.
You can see this is our route of flight, pretty much straight down. The departure is going to be right here. There's Rosbo 5, Eager, the Rosbo. We're done.
Southwest
Much with that,
1206,
and then it's straight
Raleigh
in.
ground, runway 23 left, taxi via Alpha.
23
guys
left
ready
by
to go?
Alpha, Southwest 1206.
I'm almost ready to go. It's going to throw the beacon light on. We're going to shut the doors here, and we're going to be off to the races right now. Going aircraft, we're going to go ahead and close both of our doors. We're going to disconnect that, and then actually we're going to disconnect. Just going to go ahead and throw that closed. We are going to...
Captain, the cabin is secure.
I don't know
All
if you
passengers
use the
are on
autosave thing.
Release parking brakes.
We're going to disconnect the ground power unit, and we're going to disconnect the chocks. And folks, we're ready to go.
To watch our cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
What gate are we on, bro? We're on Delta 20. Raleigh ground, Riptide 5205, push Delta 20.
Riptide 5205, Raleigh ground, good evening. Pushback approved. Expect runway 23 right.
Okay, push approval. Expect 23 right for Riptide 5205. No way you're flying. Captain ACQ, what's up, man? Hey, that gave your PAX memory a heart attack thinking they boarded the wrong jet. Did I say I'm going to buckle up? I am going to buckle. I'm putting my seatbelts on here. Because we're using... I don't know if this is... First of all, I think it's hilarious. Number two, we're using the butt kicker. If you've never used a butt kicker before, it's pretty sweet. Now, it doesn't rattle me out of the chair, but it feels great. Okay, we're going to go ahead and give it a push. We're good to go. Beacon lights on. We're ready to go. Everything's closed, locked. I didn't do a walk around, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and
Release
start.
parking brakes, please.
Okay, hold on. Don't you dare lose signal. Okay, hold on. My track IR, folks. I just want to make sure track IR is going to work, because if it doesn't, that kind of puts a damper on everything. Okay, brakes off. Somebody mark the clock.
All engines clear.
12:04.
Start at will.
Out. 12:04. Okay, we're going to go ahead and fire number 2. All right, I feel it in my seat already, guys. Okay, when to start number 2, you're just going to push the start button just like an Airbus junk.
And ground Southwest 1206, we're holding short of 23 left.
Gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for
Southwest 1206, contact tower 127.45. Good day.
2745 or 1206, have a good rest of your night.
fasten and insert the middle fittings
Give
into
us
one
2-3
another
right?
and tighten by
I thought
pulling
so.
on the loose end of the strap. To release your
Okay,
seatbelt,
there's
lift the upper
20.
portion of the buckle.
Fuel's coming
We
in.
suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire flight as you
We
may
got a light
experience
off.
unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some
Research
cases, your
run.
nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth, secure
Pretty
the
paint
elastic
job,
band behind
that's
your
for
head,
sure.
tighten the straps if necessary, and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you're traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first and then assist
Quick
others.
set.
Keep your mask on until a
We are
member of the crew
going to
advises you
start.
to in the event that the pilot decides to take us for a swim,
I might just keep us a single engine for now.
And
And we'll just taxi on one. We're pretty light,
When
so
instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch
no
and remove
problem.
the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull
Okay,
the
fuel
straps
pumps
tightly.
are on. That's
To replace
good.
the vest, pull
That's
firmly on the red
good.
cord
We're going
only
to
when
keep
exiting
this.
the
We're going to shut
aircraft.
those off,
If your
actually.
life vest does not inflate
Thank you.
automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light.
Okay, once he
If necessary,
disconnects the
this
tow
can
bar,
be used as a secondary
thrust
flotation device.
reversers, want to make sure they're
Ground,
on.
this is American 703. We are clear runway on Charlie.
Seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are
American 703, Raleigh ground. Good evening. Taxi to the ramp via Bravo Tango 4.
Okay, there's the tow bar.
Bravo Tango 4
So
for
I'm gonna go
American
ahead
703.
Tampering with disabling or destroying the smoke detectors located in the laboratories is strictly
We're
prohibited
going
by
to
law.
stop this.
All of this
Left is clear.
information and more
Right is
can be
clear.
found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. We suggest reading
Okay.
this and let us know if you have
Those
any
lights are on.
questions.
Taxi
Thank
recogs
you for
on.
flying with us, and we hope you enjoy your
Ready
flight.
for taxi here. Let's go and turn on the beacon. I mean the whatever that is, transponder. After start, fuel's good. Anti-ice, rudder, nose wheel steering, thrust reversers, and the CAS is checked. We've got ISO, no smoking seatbelts, left, right, and you're going to have a whole bunch of alerts on because we haven't taxied yet. Looks like we'll probably go Bravo Charlie all the way straight through. Let's call him up. Raleigh ground, Riptide 5205, taxi.
Riptide 5205, runway 23 right, taxi via Foxtrot.
That's easy. 23 right via Fox, Riptide 5205. All right, Foxtrot straight up, and that's going to be the outers. Brakes off, let's go. Now it's going to take quite a. That is off, right? There we go. Come on, airplane. We're pretty light, so. Shoot. I gotta plug in my my charts. My chart iPad is getting low on power here. Let's get this airplane rolling. I don't know, man. She is sluggish right now. I might start to. What are you saying about the Airbus? Okay, we're going down Foxtrot. Okay, let's go hydraulics. I'm just going to check the hydraulics. Obviously, ECS is good. We're going to do a cross bleed and start number 2 here. Excuse me, number 1. Just a minute. This is Foxtrot. We're going to go down this. You can see how the Fox. It's very important that you know where you are on the airport. We're going very slow, burning about, 1,000 pounds with both of these started. Man, she is super slow. I don't like this.
The cabin is ready.
Lots of power. I'm going to go ahead and start number 1 and just deal with this crap. Go ahead and set that. Set all my speeds up. We've got 133, 33, 42. Okay, we got 15. I'm starting number 1 as we speak. There's 20. Here comes the gas. Gas is in. There's the light. Now we're rolling. XC schedule tonight got canceled due to weather, so I'm watching my favorite flights in channel. Wow, thank you, man. That's awesome. Good stuff. Well, thank you. Welcome aboard. I'd like to hear that. I know somebody said something about, what can we do? We got a good light on number 1. Let's go ahead and check the ECS. The hydraulics. We got all 3 lit. Good. The APU is off. We're checking electrics, and then we're going to check flaps here in just a minute. I'll dump my flaps. I don't want to get too far off. TWA, look at that airplane. That's pretty cool. Flaps coming down. Stats coming in. Flaps coming down 8. And then we'll go ahead and get ready for checking. There we go. Flaps 8.
Working 2688 Raleigh ground. Good evening. Roger, holding position for traffic.
I will hold here, American 2688.
Take me that picture of that TWA aircraft. That's beautiful. Alright, here we go. Okay, 2-3 on the heading. And then we'll check our flight
American
controls.
2688, pushback on Foxtrot.
Push on Foxtrot, American 2688.
Right's clear, left's clear, looking good. 230. Set. He said 2-3 right, and I have that written down, so we're good to go on Fox. Take Fox all the way down. We got 2 engines lit. Let's go to flight controls right here. Check our flight controls. Left looks good, right looks good. Rudder is good. And trim up 5.2. That's good. Now normally we'd have done that. Doors are closed, all green. And then stats coming in. We've got a takeoff configuration okay. We would have done all that before I started taxiing, but because I was trying to do a single engine, it kind of screwed me up. Flaps are set. Takeoff data is complete. Trim is complete. Taxi checklist is complete. Takeoff checklist. Takeoff config we verified. Takeoff fuel and balance. We verified that as well. We have 8,300 pounds. Looks like an airplane coming in to land. Might be a Delta. It's an American aircraft. Fuel crossfeed coming over. We're going to throw this on the manual position, and I'll throw this on continuous. Airplane's gone. Looks like an Airbus. Takeoff briefing complete. Anti-collision light is coming on. Ignition is on. Runway heading. We'll update that as we get a little closer. Alright guys, I'm putting in my, I'm going to put on my straps, my big old parachute straps. It's hilarious. I can't even move, like, honestly. These things in, I can't move.
Ground, good evening, Delta 488, we have Delta ready to taxi. Oh, sorry, ready for push.
Go out over there. Let's try this. I'm serious. That is no joke.
Delta 488.
I feel like
Wally
you
ground,
feel
good
like
evening. Pushback on the
you're
Foxtrot
strapped
approved.
in, ready
Pushback
to go.
2-3 right. 2-3 push on the Foxtrot approved. 488, thanks.
Okay, we still got a long way to go on Fox. So.
Rally ground Delta 2787, Alpha 23 right on Tango 4, taxi parking.
Delta 2787, we've got some congestion here. How about taxi to the ramp via Bravo Tango 2?
Ramp via Bravo Tango 2, Delta 2787.
That's a parachute. It sure is, man. I mean, it's like, this is like legit NASCAR, like, harness. This is no joke. It feels like it. It feels like I'm in a...
Riptide 5205, tower 127.45. Enjoy your flight.
Okay, over to tower. We'll see you. Thanks, Riptide 5204. Hang on. Let me taxi over there too. We called the tower 127.45, he said. So I'm going to go ahead and try to flip that over. Maybe that's it. Did he say 124? Oh, look at that beast. Alright, I want to make sure we're going to call the tower here. Tower is 127.450.
The captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
127.450, okay. Raleigh Tower, Riptide 5205. Rolling up to you, 23 right.
Riptide 5205, Raleigh Tower. Turn left ending 210, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff.
210. Okay, 210 on the heading, 23 right, clear for takeoff, Riptide 5205.
Malicious 1, turn left, Bravo 4, contact ground, point 9 or 1 off.
Okay, we're looking good, I see that.
And on point 4, thanks to ATC, Malicious 1.
Right.
Militia 1 is verified, point 9er, 121.9er for ground.
Lights coming on.
Ground point 9er, thanks, Malicious 1.
Wing inspection lights. Seatbelts good, emerge on. Emers are armed. Dude, this butt kicker, I'm getting another one. Dude, if you haven't invested in a butt kicker yet. Okay, what I'm going to do is update the runway heading. So I'm going to go to legs here. We're going to click runway update. Okay, it's completed. Now we're rolling. Let me get on the center line here first before I do anything. Bring them up to climb and then hold it. And then when we get to 75, we're going to bump them up to Toga. There we go. And now we're on the roll, folks. 210 on the turn. 80 knots cross checked, run 100. SV1, we rotate just a little bit. This airplane likes to pop off the ground. There we go. Okay, we got a positive rate of climb gear coming up. Once we get to 400 feet, we'll start our roll. Right, heading select. Close my checklist. $1,600. Raleigh Tower, Riptide 5205 out of 1800 for 6,000. Climb thrust.
Riptide 5205, contact Raleigh departure, good night.
Over departure, we'll see you, Riptide 5205. Flaps. We're going to get the flaps up first. Flaps are up. And then we'll call up departure here in just a minute. Once I get the radio on. And departure was what? Make sure I'm not crashing or anything. 132.350. 132.350. 132.350. 132. 132.350. I could have just flipped them over. I should have done that.
Okay, Delta 752, where are you? We're out of Charlotte Douglas, mate, but I agree, we're on the wrong one. We'll head back and ask him for the same frequency number again. Yeah, I'm working Raleigh, so you're definitely on the wrong frequency. Yeah, thanks anyway, 752.
Raleigh departure, Riptide 5205 through 5,600 for 6,000.
Was that Riptide 5205?
That is correct.
Riptide 5205, Raleigh departure. Good evening, radar contact. Climb and maintain 12,000. Proceed direct Eager.
Okay, up to 12,000, direct Eager, Riptide 5205. So there's 12,000 feet. We're going to go direct to Eager. I'm going to push up the throttles a little bit as we get on heading here. I'm still manual mode. I'm not autopilot yet. I'm just letting the airplane do its thing. We're going to go direct to Eager. All right, so we're going to roll this thing up to about 220. I want to fly. There we go, through 12,000. That looks good. I want a good intercept. So, and then I'm going to push these two up to the climb detent. But first thing is first. All right, we're good right there. Let's go ahead and go alt off. We're going to go speed, nav, autopilot engage, and let's do our checks. These two are coming off. This is off, and that is off. And this, my friends, let's get that speed up just a little bit. We get that climb going. Let's climb 240. How's that?
Riptide 5205, contact Washington Center 133.72. Good day.
133.72. Guess I'm gonna buckle my seatbelts. Out. 133.72. We'll see you. I all tangled up. All right, I'm just gonna drop that. 133.72. Did you guys hear that? 133.72. No, what are you doing? 133.72.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet, so you may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near
Got a 1605. New York Center is offline. Radar service terminated. Frequency change
You will be
approved.
required to pay a small fee if you wish to access it. We do offer complimentary
approved,
flight
1605.
to our partners.
Going 5 Bravo Alpha. Contact Raleigh approach 124.905. Good
A
night.
wide range of
124.905. Good night. 835 Bravo Alpha.
Okay, there's 12,000 coming up. We're gonna have to slow down. Washington Center, Riptide 5205, climbing through 11.5 for 12.
Riptide 5205, Washington Center. Climb maintain flight level 200.
Up to 200, Riptide 5205. 200 on the climb.
Got the 1206, contact Jack Center 127.87.
2787 for 1206. Have a
There's
good night.
20,000. We're going to go ahead
Navy
and
Lima
go.
Lima 847 traffic, 1 o'clock, 15 miles southwestbound at 10,000 base citation.
All right, we're going to dump
Inside
these,
Navy
bump
Lima
these up to the
847.
climb detent.
November 5
Let
Mike
the
uniform
airplane do its
traffic,
thing.
12 o'clock, 10 miles northbound out of 14,700 for 11,000 is a P8.
Let's see what happens here.
I'm currently at 10,000 feet.
The airplane should be climbing now on
5
the
asking
pitch.
for Roger, and do you have the traffic in sight?
There we go.
I'm not sure.
Navy Lima
I'm gonna
Lima
go
847,
manual
you say you do have the traffic in sight?
8-4.
Navy Lima Lima 847, Roger, maintain visual separation for traffic, cross Tokyo at above 3,000, cleared RNAV, runway 5 right approach.
Okay,
I
I'm
gotta
making
get
visual
check
separation,
this
Coastal
thing.
to be down, clear on
Let's
5
do a
right
climb
approach, Navy
check
Lima
here.
847.
We're through 10,000 feet. Climb
Check car
check
750,
coming up.
Norfolk altimeter 291.
Gears up, flaps are up. Bleeds are good. Thrust is set and thrust
Check car 750, Norfolk altimeter 291. 901, check car 750.
Climb checklist complete. pretty busy right now, folks. The airplane's got a lot of energy right now. We're on nav speed, and the thing is just
Mach 190, resume published speeds on the arrival.
Resume published speeds on arrival, Mach 190.
ExactJet 337, resume published speeds.
Resume published speeds, ExactJet 337.
Mach 190, contact Raleigh approach 124.905, see ya.
124.905, Mach 190.
Washington Center, American left 32, flight level 350 with you.
This is going to be a fast flight, so I've got to start preparing for
Air
the
Canada 382, Washington Center, squawk, approaching
Myrtle
IDAS, please.
Beach is landing probably southbound. 180, I'm assuming.
Squawk IDAS, flight level 360 with you.
See, now we're set. Now I'm going to push them up to the climb detent. I'm going to get some traction up here.
Hello, Southwest 264 at 370.
And just so you know,
Washington Center, Roger.
my checklist, because the seat is rattling so much, fell. So much vibration in the seat. I got to sneeze.
Vision Jet 425, pressure 429 Echo, Washington Center, Roger.
See, top of the descent's already there.
Washington Center, hello, Delta 752 with you, 1313,000.
Delta 752, Washington Center, climb, maintain.
Air France doesn't have an EO.
Maintain 13,000 for now.
Yeah, we'll maintain 13,000 for now, requesting free speed.
Delta 752,
Yeah, Dan, it's,
resume normal speed.
It's interesting. It's a very interesting
Normal speed,
aircraft.
752.
It's very much...
37, contact, Raleigh approach 124.905.
I gotta wait till we hit 18,000 and I can kick it off.
ExactJet 337.
And I mean the lights. Top of the descent's on already. There we go, 18,000. Nose lights coming off. Taxi lights are off. We're going to keep the passengers seated, actually, tonight, this whole ride, just because of...
Legion 2807,
it's really nice right now, but
arrival, city altimeter 2996.
he'll probably call our descent. 19 for 20, here we go. There is no auto throttle on this aircraft, so you've got to be paying attention. Got to pull your throttle back.
2688.
We're going to hold about at 280.
American 2688, Washington Center, climb, maintain flight level 200.
Matter of fact, 260 it said.
200, American 2688.
Now you could do a changeover, which I'm going to do. I'm going to set my speed.
Riptide 5205, cross LD at maintain 1000. Myrtle Beach, altimeter is 2992.
LB? Okay, LD at 1000, did you say?
Riptide 5205, affirmative, 1000, 11,000 at LD.
Okay, we'll cross LD at 11,000, Riptide 5205. All right, so we're going to pull back the power first, get it stable, and then we're going to drop down in here to legs. There's LD. You're going to go slant 11,000, and then we're going to cross LD at 11,000. We're going to execute. Now you can see we're at 20,000 now, and the power's coming back. We're doing Mach 0.78, so we got to slow it down a little bit to 0.6. And there's no point in letting the passengers up, right? It just isn't.
Air Canada 382, radar contact, 50 miles northwest of Roanoke.
All right, there's LD at 11,000. You can see the top of descent down there. Do I trust it? No, of course I don't. So we've got LD coming in, then LD the Yerk, Zemviv, and then we're there.
Number 5 back uniform to Seymour Johnson, altimeter 2989.
Trust on this jet. There isn't. Nope. Yeah, this flight, you're just very busy.
American 2688, contact Land Center, 132.907.
3297, I'm going to American 2688.
Washington, hello, Delta 488 with you, 11 for 12.
Delta 488, Washington Center, climb, maintain flight level 230.
230,
Such a fast flight.
Delta 752, climb, maintain flight level 190.
That is a gorgeous paint. It's a pretty livery. Did a good job on that. I think it's pretty safe to say we can start our descent right now. Now the descent, what we're going to use is a few things. We're going to use the vertical speed.
1449 Washington Center, ident.
We'll use our vertical speed indicator here, and then we'll just start coming down the chute. And then we'll line up the banana with the altitude. This airplane, if you get behind it, it's really hard to catch up. So vertical speed, we'll start dropping it. VS is on, drop it down. Of course, the altitude's got to go down to 11,000. That might be too aggressive. So we'll see how we lay out. We're going to go 11,000 feet. And this banana
welcome back. Radar contact 40
is going to tell us if we need to increase or decrease. And we're going to decrease and pull the power back just a little bit.
Center, good evening, Delta 386, flight level 340.
He's going to hand us over to Jax.
386 Washington Center, ident.
There's 18,000.
Experience 1449, radar contact 10 off northeast of Medina.
Myrtle Beach reporting what, 29 or 9 or 2? Calm winds, 10 miles visibility, 10,000 feet. Let me call him up.
Primary 4211, same off number.
2992 set, power coming back. Lights coming on, folks.
Comjet 37 Mike Alpha, descend via the Chesley 5 arrival, landing north, showing altimeter 2994.
Descend by the 25 arrival and 2994 from Jet.
And I arm them now because I always forget.
Delta 488, contact Atlanta Center, 132.97.
327, good night, 488.
Let me tell them where we are. Washington Center, Riptide 5205, out of 20 for 11.
Quebec 5205, roger. T.7, contact Raleigh approach, 124.95.
2495, people 7, have a good evening.
Riptide 5205, contact Jack Center, 126.
134, was it?
Riptide 5205, contact Jacksonville, 126.75.
126.75, we'll see you. 126.
Maybe Lima 847.
126.75, here we go.
Southwest 818, climb maintain flight level 230 if I didn't tell you already.
Climb maintain 230, Southwest 818.
Jack Center, Riptide 5205 through 14,000 for 11.
Riptide 5205, Jacksonville Center, Myrtle Beach altimeter 2992. Expect the visual approach, runway 18. I'll have lower for you shortly.
Expect the visual 18, Riptide 5205. All right, we'll expect the visual 18. Like, here come the harnesses again. I'm going to put my parachute on just in case I screw up. you gotta love it. Who does that, right?
Southwest 818, contact Jacksonville Center, 127.875.
127.875, thanks for a great service tonight, Southwest 818,
Tango Sierra Romeo 200, descend and maintain 11,000. Savannah altimeter 299.
Parachute's on, ejection seat is on. How's that?
Thank you.
There's 11,000 feet, altitude caps on. We're going to have to slow it down just a little bit. We'll go to about 264.
The Savannah altimeter 299.
Well, it's beautiful up here, isn't it? What's cool about this airplane is you could push heading, right-click heading and push it in, and it actually will center your heading bug, which is a pretty neat feature, especially when you need it. We're already descending into the area.
Voyager 121, Jacksonville Center, climb maintain flight level 230.
Climb maintain 230, Voyager 121.
I might also hear from you. We should nickname this toddler jet because Barbie jet is slang for CRJ, at least in the U.S. That's exactly right.
South 8501, any shortcuts?
I'll take a shortcut. All right, we're going to go 1-8.
I'm sorry,
So I'm
who's
just gonna
asking
load
about a
that.
shortcut?
Southwest
LS-18 is
8501.
programmed. Got great weather over in Raleigh, folks. I just don't have enough. I mean, Raleigh, at Myrtle Beach. I just don't have enough time to give it to you here. Maybe I do. Another feature I love, where I could just hit this MFD data, and that'll tell me exactly what we're looking at.
I don't have a Southwest 8501 tag. Check your frequency. You can maybe go back to your sign last. Blue Streak 5358 Jacksonville. Blue Streak 5358. When you get to the end of runway 15, just monitor Jacksonville Center 127.875. I'm going to be closing up this sector and moving on to that one. Just monitor that frequency and I'll get back with you as soon as I get the coordination over with.
Alright, 12787 will wait for you.
Voyager 121, contact Jacksonville Center 127.875.
Folks from the flight
27875, Voyager 121.
Myrtle Beach area.
Riptide 5205, descend and maintain 3,000.
Overcast at 10,000 feet. Down to 3,000, Riptide 52. 77 degrees. We should have you on the ground here in about 15 minutes. Thanks. 3,000 feet on the way down here. Here we go. He's going to fly us a visual, so we'll take the visual right in there. Again, we're going to go to vertical speed, engage vertical speed, and I'll start descending. And we're going to manipulate the throttles. We don't want to drop them too much.
Riptide 5205, contact Jacksonville Center 127.875.
127.875, thanks. 127.875. 127.875.
The 12 to 1 o'clock in about 5 miles, turning southwestbound 1,000 feet above you, company 737.
We have traffic on site, and also we've reached 36.
Roger, off higher 48, clearing that traffic. United 668, contact Jack Center on 133.32.
3332, United 668.
Jacksonville Central American 478, maintaining
We have
10,000.
begun our final descent in
American 478, Jack Center, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Select any track, one final
Climb and maintain 310, American 478.
Voyager 121, Jack Center, climb and maintain flight level 290.
All Wi-Fi related tasks.
Climb and maintain 290, Voyager 121.
Jack Center, Riptide 5205 through 8,000 for 3.
Riptide 5205, Jack Center, roger. Just let me know when you get the field in sight.
Roger, I'll let you know. We got a big cloud right now. Obviously can't see a darn thing, so. What's the route? Pretty much straight in. Favorite aircraft is the A320.
American 5488, climb and maintain flight level 410.
It's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Climb and maintain flight level 410.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and drop down a little bit more, just because I want to be a little aggressive on the descent rate. Powers to idle.
Frontier flight 1155, cross Leopard at maintain flight level 300.
Leopard at 300, Frontier 1155.
There comes some rain.
And Southwest 818, I guess our aircraft is saying that we are unable to cruise at 270. Can we get 230?
Southwest 818, maintain flight level 230.
Maintain 230.
We got some rain
Thank
between
you.
us and the airport.
United 5592, cross Jersey at maintain flight level 210.
Sea breaks coming out.
Cross Jersey at maintain crossing 210 for United 5592.
Jack Center, Riptide 5205. We got some rain between us and the field. Is that all right? We go to Uckstep.
Riptide 5205, clear direct Uckstep.
Roger, thanks. Direct Uckstep, Riptide 5205. 3,000.
Jack Center, good evening, Delta
Slow down to
3159 with you. Flight level 400, approximately 33 nautical miles south of Orlando.
Delta 3159, Roger. You're on the wrong frequency. Try 135.907.
We're not going to be.
13597 3159.
Short 15 at Charleston.
Alright, if you're waiting for departure, stand by. It's going to be a couple minutes. We got a controller change in progress.
Alright, that'll work. Appreciate it.
Jack Center, hello. Walker 1108, level 10,000.
Walker 1108, Jack Center, climb and maintain flight level 190.
190, Walker 1108.
Jack Center, good evening. American 25 is 16, flight level 200,
Southwest 964, contact Savannah approach 125.3. American 2516, Jack Center, climb and maintain flight level 360. Delete speed restrictions.
Man, we're going to need a visual. We're going to need an ILS.
Speed restriction,
I can't see a thing.
Delta 909, are you here?
Is that JetBlue 998?
Negative. Frontier Flight 1155, contact Jack Center on 133.32.
12332, Frontier Flight 1155.
JetBlue 771, contact Miami Center 123.67.
What to Miami?
I got to get down.
13.
I got to get down, dude.
JetBlue 771.
Riptide 5205, you're 2 south of Uckstep, clear to ILS runway 18 approach.
Thank you. Clear the ILS 18, Riptide 5205. Thanks a lot, man. That's what I was waiting for. So we're going to go ahead altitude. We're going to drop it down to 1500. We'll be pretty aggressive on the descent. Vertical speed. Here we go on the way down. Flaps coming in. Flaps 8. Slow down to 180 on the speed. He cleared us for the ILS. We're already lined up. I got the runway inside. But he cleared us for the ILS, so we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and drop it. Further than that, we got to get down pretty aggressive. Okay. So I'm going to drop gear and just help us slow down the aircraft. It's not kind of standard. We should be at 160. So again, 1700 on the descent is pretty aggressive on this aircraft. Let's see if we can pop down 20 and then we don't get in trouble. Let's see.
And Southwest 818 approaching.
Okay, I've got the airport in sight. Everything's off. It's my airplane.
Southwest 818, descend via the stock car 3 arrival, Charlotte's landing north. The altimeter is 2 down under 4.
Alright, descend via the Stalker 3 arrival, Charlotte landing north, Southwest 818.
Jack Center, Riptide 5205, runway in sight.
1000.
Clearly a land.
Riptide 5205, runway 18, clear to land, wind calm.
Cover the winds, 18, clear to land, Riptide 5205. Okay, buddy, flaps 30.
Jacksonville Center, Southwest 1519, flight level 10,000.
138 on the speed. We're getting a little on the high side. Give me one more notch of flaps, go 45. Here comes the speed.
Jacksonville Center, Southwest 1519 at 10,000.
Lights
Southwest
on,
1519, Jack Center, climb maintain flight level 360.
Climb maintain flight level 360, Southwest 1519.
Jack Center, Delta 2323 with you 360.
Delta 2323, Jack Center, roger.
200.
Check.
Jack Center, American 1774. Can we step away for 5 minutes?
American 1774,
You know what, actually, you need to go to the new frequency. Can you hold on for just a sec?
Yeah, that's fine.
Come on, you're at. There we go. Let's get that nose gear down before we throw the brakes. Reverser's coming on. 2 reversers in the hole.
American 1774, contact Jack Center 135.907.
135.907, American 1774. Just listening
60
at
knots.
2320 with you, 8.5 to 10,000.
Getting on the brakes. Add reversers.
Alright, y'all gotta hold on for a sec.
Okay, welcome to Myrtle Beach. We'll go ahead and exit off of this high speed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That was
welcome
fun.
to
Lots
South
of
Carolina.
busy
The local time
going
is
on.
8:45 a.m. and it's currently about 77 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain
Some
seated
rain.
until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us.
Show what
and
it
we
looks
hope to
like
see you
on
again.
the wings. Go flaps up. We're going to taxi in here. I got to stop the aircraft, which sucks. I want to be able just to taxi right in, but kind of stuck. Recog lights are on. That's coming off.
Blue Streak 5358 Jacksonville Center, wind calm, runway 15, clear for takeoff.
15, clear for takeoff, Blue Streak 5358.
Jack Center, Riptide 5205, taxi. That not work?
American 478, maintain flight level 280 for traffic.
Flight level 280 for traffic, American 478.
Riptide 5205, you taxi ramp at your discretion.
Alright, taxi ramp, our discretion, Riptide 5205.
United 2207, Jack Center, negative, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Flight level 230, negative 2207.
Jacksonville Center,
Okay,
American
we're gonna go
703 is 240, climbing 320.
American 703, Jacksonville Center, welcome.
Power fuel, so that's going to open that back door. I'm looking right here. The APU door is now open. So we're going to go ahead and start that. And then we'll shut off our reversers. And then we'll go ahead and throw these off. And we're looking at Bravo 6. Welcome to Myrtle Beach. One of the favorite airports here. We've got weather rolling in, so you guys were not done yet. You want to stick around for
Southwest 818, contact Charlotte approach 126.15.
next flight into Miami.
Service Southwest 818.
United
Stick around, it was a lot of fun. That was
5592,
a very
contact
busy
Washington Center 133.725.
But the good news is the SAM, the computer, knock on wood, it didn't do a shutdown.
American
So
820 Jack Center, you're on frequency.
Assigned to another aircraft.
November 445, Mike, uniform over Elizabethtown at cruising at 10,000 feet.
November 44 Mike, or 445 Mike, uniform Jack Center, welcome.
Okay, I'm shutting
the
number
Myrtle
one
Beach
off.
altimeter is, where'd it go here? 29902.
29902.
Okay, we're in the
Delta
MOA area,
909,
so we're going to turn
requesting
off
radio
the
check.
nose. We'll turn off that. Coastal Airways, we like gates that are tucked in and nowhere.
Delta 909 Jack Center, multiple sectors have been trying to reach you. Give Atlanta Center a call, 126.425.
$126.425 Atlanta Center, Delta 909.
Man, I can't wait to get another butt kicker.
And Jack Center,
This
Southwest
is
1519,
insane.
if that's
Like,
too much trouble,
you
can we have
know,
10 away?
I'm definitely endorsing.
Negative, not that long. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not sponsoring them or anything like that, but this
Southwest
butt kicker
1519.
thing is sweet. It adds
Center,
a whole
Blue Streak
nother
5358
immersion
off of
to your flying.
4000.
Blue Streak 5358, your radar contact. Climb and maintain 10,000.
Okay, I've got two marshalers.
10,000.
I'm going to trust the one on the stairs here.
American 478. Do you want to make 280 the cruise, or you want to climb up to 31?
Let's climb up to 31 on American 478.
All right, American 478, thanks for your help. You can climb maintain file 310.
Climb maintain 310, thank you, American 478.
Brakes coming on?
Vision
now we'll
jet,
just take a look. We've got that. That's coming off.
677 Mike Alpha at pilot's discretion. Descend and maintain 11,000. Myrtle Beach altimeter 29.
All right, welcome. We have landed. Beacons coming off now. We've got those on. Fuel pumps. I'll turn those off in a minute. Let's go ahead and open the doors and get the gate in. Gate's in already. Pull the aircraft up. We'll go ahead and that. Shut down the stairs in place. Coming open. And we're going to go ahead and deboard. And we're going to go ahead and connect the ground power. Ground power is connected. We'll take a look on the overhead. Make sure that this is pushed in. Just like that. See how it's pushed in? Now I can go ahead and turn off that. And our hydraulic pumps are coming off. Everything else is good to go. Lights are set.
Deboarding starting.
Go ahead. That's it. Seatbelts. There goes. That just dropped. And we are getting ready for the next flight over to Miami. So sit back, stand by. We're going to turn off the fuel pumps, and then we'll get the airplane configured. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That was lots of fun. It's a very busy flight, obviously. You're really running around and doing a whole bunch of crap. So that should be, it's off. Okay. Cool. Let's go on the outside. I have to hit the restroom bad. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while we prep for the next flight where we get everything deplaned. Everybody out of the aircraft. Welcome to Myrtle Beach. And I am going to put you here and I will be right back. It's already cold in the terminal. That's right. Yeah, Captain ACQ. Jason's permission for a quick hockey break with the captain. That's exactly right. I will be right back, folks. And I'm going to walk in the terminal, hit the lav, come back, and we'll start our next flight into Miami. This will be a quick turn, so stand by one. I do have to end the flight, and I have to submit it with our company. And the pirate has been filed. Stand by, folks. I will be back.
Do you want to deboard crew? Catering vehicles are on their way.
Check. Can you hear me? All right. So what we're doing, we jump back in the flight deck here. We are going, just got my release. That's what I was doing before. Let's go ahead and open that. We'll get some catering on the aircraft. I'm going to roll up to the seat here, and we got our catering in. We got our release done. So we're going to get that done, and then we're going to re-prep the aircraft for, you know what? It won't do that right now, so give me a second, because I have to do something first. Go down here. We're going to Miami, folks. The weather looks good down there. We're going to kind of yep, that's perfect. Now we should be able to import our flight from SimBrief, Myrtle Beach to Miami. That's what we're going to be flying. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on my ACAR, so we'll get that loaded. Just trying to do a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to start boarding passengers now. 13:04. We're not due out here until 13:50, I think. Oh, no, 13:30. So let's go ahead and start boarding the passengers right now. So I'm going to click this. We're going to start a flight. We're going to go career mode. Obviously, us, Coastal here. I'm going to put an hour and 40 minutes. And we're taking off here in about 30-ish minutes, even less than that. We will be able to serve in flight on this one. We couldn't last time because it was such a short flight. So now we're boarding, and it looks like they are done serving the catering to us. And we're going to go ahead and start calling for board. We're going to close the door, and then we'll call GSX, and we'll call them for boarding.
Boarding requested.
All right, boarding's requested. We're good. We've got our documents in hand, and we're ready to go. Maybe I'll see you at Cirrus. Cool. Okay. All right, let's do this. A Barbie van. That's exactly right. This is the Barbie jet. Okay, we're boarding passengers. I'll cancel those lights. All right, let's go ahead and contact. I got to give you guys an update on this. So we're going to go ahead and Myrtle Beach over to Miami. We're the same call sign today, so just a little bit of weather. Kind of on takeoff here. It might be a little bit bumpy out, but I'll give you an update as we get a little closer through weather and stuff like that. Let me go ahead and log back onto the network. And it is the same squawk code. I got to actually put that to standby because I don't want him seeing our code. He doesn't need to see that. And it looks like Jack Center is going to be... Does everybody remember the Jack Center frequency? There's about 100 of them. There's a lot. I think it was wasn't it 127.875, I think? 127.875, I believe. Let's go ahead and check that out. 127.875. Yes.
37 3000. American.
Okay, let's go get a clearance and then.
American 703 to center maintain 5000.
5000, American 703.
Jack Center, Riptide 5205 over in Myrtle Beach, looking for clearance over to Miami with the numbers.
Riptide 5205, Jacksonville Center, clear to Miami International Airport as filed. Maintain 3000, expect flight level 360, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is with me, squawk 2743.
Kept the 3000, 2743 in the box, Riptide 5205.
Riptide 5205, read back correct. Blue Streak 5358, contact Charlotte approach 126.15.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to set our position. Airport is changed.
That's it.
We're going to go to MYR, from MYR.
Yeah, citation
now we
5
could just
Mike
do this.
uniform, the
There's
Charleston
a couple of things you
altimeter
could do.
29901.
You could throw this to ATT.
37,000 feet.
1 and
Delta 1476, Jacksonville Center, welcome.
We're coming back on. And then I don't want to do a full alignment. We don't have to. So we're going to go to the next page.
Reduce speed to 210 knots, please.
Drop that
210 for American 703.
American 2355, maintain 250 knots to advise.
Just going to turn him off for a minute so we can hear ourselves think. Next page, everything looks good there. And then we're going to go ahead and click flight plan. And again, same thing. MYR to Kilo MIA, Miami. Myrtle Beach, Miami, throw the route in there. That looks good. Runway 18, Elms. To Cake It, Jeved, Wampner. We'll execute, and then we'll deal with the arrivals. We're probably going to be flying the... Let's take a look at the arrival here, just in case. Oops. Coastal to arrival. Isn't that fitting? Coastal to arrival. With the transition of Debrol transition. We'll execute that. Go to our legs page and just check it all out.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you aboard our flight.
Jeved,
when you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in the front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bin. If you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on items, please let the flight attendant know and we would be happy to
Redneck.
If the overhead bin is full after you put your carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to find their seats as well. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please leave the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to perform the actions required. If you are not able or prefer not to perform these actions, please let a flight attendant know so you can do this. Now's the time to get out any last-minute
two back of the vectors. We'll figure that out.
But we ask that once we depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets.
Leg winds are programmed and in. That's good. Everything looks good on there. Right on back to the... Okay, we're going to go into the prog page. That looks good. We're going to go to flight plan, pref in it. 70 passengers yet again. Cargo is looking at 29. What do we say on the load? We got a zero fuel weight coming in at 61.6. So almost the same as last time here. So click performance. We're going to go 61.6 now. Wait a minute. 61.6. Let's go ahead and get some fuel going on the aircraft. Fuel is not 8,400. We're going to be putting in 9.9 on the gas. So again, flip this up. Throw that on. We're going to open these both valves and we're going to throw... I like doing it this way. It's very... Ground contact. That's exactly right. Two Socks, what's up, man? Scott, what'd you say? There's only one day of this year Jason will touch an Airbus. What day is that? You guys are trying to get me in an Airbus. 9.9, I think we said. Yeah, that's good right there. Can we get just a little less? There we go. Perfect. Let's go and throw that on and start fueling the aircraft. Okay, that looks good. Back to this. We're going to go 9,900. Oh, good. We're putting on gas right there, so that's good. I just have to tell this thing what to do. And I'll show you. Just we're going to put 9,900 and then enter, and then you can see kind of where we're sitting. That's fine. 7.4 on the Mac. I highly doubt that. Once we get the fuel in, I'll let you know. We're still not done with this. We're going to VNAV set up. And now our climb. Let's just check our climb and see what it's at. I'm looking at my paperwork, by the way. 255 on the climb, 0.77. So we're going to keep it as the same. This is a little on the lower side. So we'll go VNAV setup next page. That's good. That's good. Pref init coming in. Good. All right. Legs good. Fix are good. Progs. Perf is good. Perf page. We'll flex it down to 32. Fuel management coming in again. It is predicted. And we are going to be at a reserve of 3,000 pounds. And you can't do it that way, so we got to go perf menu again. What we got? Enable that. That's good. MFD menu. Left side, right side. MFD data. VNAV's on my side. Everything else is good. Left side should be on. That is good. Good. Prog's good. Pref page. Yeah, okay. All that looks good, folks. I think we're good to go. Nice, good. VNAV is all set as well. I think we're good. Route menu. No, I don't do that. Hear that? It's the sound of freedom. We're ready to roll.
We are ready to go when you are.
Okay, we're ready to go. That means we're good. Every February 30th. Why is it February 30th? Is there any reason? February 30th. You guys are killing me. All right, we're good on the fuel. We've got the right amount of gas in there. Let's go ahead and turn around and 99.4. We'll shut it off. All the valves close, and then we'll cut that. $7.5 on the trim. Come back down. We'll go 7.5 on the trim. Okay, you guys ready? We'll do a time check, and then we'll close all our doors, and let's get the heck out of here. That's the best part about doing a turn on this aircraft. It's so fast. It's designed that way. It's designed to get you rolling relatively quick. We're going to go ahead and turn on the APU. I'm going to go ahead and turn these both through the on position. Packs are on fault. That should be the right way. Power fuel, enough to close it. We're just going to turn on that. Hydraulics are coming on. And coming down here, wings. I don't have to 1, 2, 3. Just pretty much that's all set. We're going to go ahead and throw the windshields and probes. And then our passenger signs will come on as well. When we get the packs on, that's good. Packs. We're all set. Let me do a PA and we'll get you rolling. Okay, guys, get ready. We're rolling out of here soon. I'm looking at... Where are we going? Miami? Wow. Sorry guys, I'm writing paperwork down. If you're wondering what the heck I'm doing, I'm always doing paperwork. That's one thing at Coastal you do is paperwork. Lots of it. Would you recommend virtual performance tool? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I'll get into that here in a minute. I'll be right back. Just give me a second. Folks from the flight deck, welcome aboard Flight 5205, nonstop service over to Miami. Right now we show an hour and 27 minutes. We'll have you pushed back here from the gate in about 3 minutes. The ride might be a little bit bumpy on the climb out. We have some weather coming in. Should be smooth throughout the rest of the flight. Hopefully we can turn off the seatbelt signs. You guys can walk around and use the restrooms. Thanks for watching the Flight Sim Broadcasting Network. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate your business. Right now, sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. All right, folks, here we go. You should hear me now. We're getting ready to rock and roll. Yes, I've got my boost pumps on. Beacon lights are coming on. It's going to close those doors. And let's get out of here. Closing. We got closed. And we will request for push.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome.
Call up ATC. Nose wheel steering coming off.
Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers
2992, it is the same. We're on White Needles today. That's perfect.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 5205 with service to Miami. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 40 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
It looks like Jack's dropped off. All of Jack's dropped off. 127.850.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I want to turn this off. There we go. Hopefully that didn't turn too much light on you. Oh, we still got some light. All right, here we go. Boy, with these seatbelts on, with my harness on, I can't move. Like I'm stuck. Beacons on, hydraulics. Let's go ahead and check the hydraulics. All right, that's good. So we're looking at 24, 60%.
Good evening, November 273 Charlie is on the ground at Hilton Head looking for IFR to Orlando Executive.
Looking for hydraulics. We did that. Looking for...
November 273
all
Charlie
closed,
Jackson
ready to
Army
go.
closing up here in about like 2 minutes. You can continue on your com.
All right, so they're done.
Roger,
we're going to have no...
Delta 5092, descend and maintain 2000. Airport is at your 1 o'clock and 18 miles. Report in sight.
Descend and maintain 2000, and we have the airport in sight, Delta 5092.
Delta 5092, clear visual approach, runway 28. Maintain at least 170 knots until the 5 mile final.
170 until 5 mile final, clear the visual 28, Delta 5092.
You know what? I'm afraid if I do this, I'm going to go way back. I think I know why. So I'm sitting too far back.
Citation 5, Mike Uniform, flight present heading, vectors for approach.
Flight present heading.
O2's down here, it's looking good. Okay. Negative 40. That ain't gonna work. I won't get that.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 1476, request flight
Park
level
brake, fuel
210.
quantity, altimeters are set. Departure briefing is good. And that's it before the start checklist is complete. Go down here and turn these on. Are we ready
Delta
or what?
1476 is going to maintain flight level 210.
Chocks.
210 for Delta 1476.
Chocks are released. Let's go.
American 703, welcome to Savannah. Right when able to the ramp at your discretion. You can have a good night.
Ramp our discretion for American 703. Thanks. Good night.
Delta 5092, wind, where'd it go? Wind now calm. Runway 28, clear to land.
Is she waiting?
28, clear to land, Delta 5092.
Let's throw the brakes.
Citation 5, Mike uniform. Airport is at your 1 o'clock and 18 miles. Report in sight.
Inside at 18 miles.
Start at will.
Citation 5, Mike uniform. Clear visual approach. Runway 28.
Visual approach runway 28.
Start number 1. Let's start 1. 1 coming to ground. Here we go. We're on the push. Yeah, where's Howard when you need him? He just dropped offline. He's probably working too much. They probably had him working hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for a safety demonstration.
Okay, here comes 20
when the
and the fuel's in.
Fastened, please make sure that your seatbelts are fastened low and tight across your lap. Fasten
There's the light.
fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the
Frontier 2124, I'm closing up. You can monitor advisories.
Looks like we're going to go to 122.8.
Entire flight as we may experience unexpected turbulence. Please take a few moments to now locate one of the several emergency exits on this aircraft. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency and we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor that will guide you towards the exit. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you and place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head and tighten the straps if necessary. And don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Oxygen is flowing to the mask and...
5205, affirmative. Have a good night.
If you're traveling with children, now's the time to pick your favorite one. But secure your mask and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a...
Citation 5, Mike uniform, 1 comm, runway 28, clear to land. Your number 2 behind a 737 on a...
So open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. This vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device.
Alright, I think we're going to go Charlie 4
slip your arms into the
around.
straps and hug the cushion to
It's
your
going to
chest.
be better.
Please securely stow all personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are
We are
all
going
in
to start
their
2
full
engines
upright
on this
position.
one just because of the
We
weight.
remind you that this is a non-smoking flight.
So let's get
and
that number 1 fired up.
Vaping, tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is strictly prohibited by law. All of this information and more can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. We suggest reading this and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
20, here comes the fuel.
Left is clear.
With the CRJ, you just take it out of the detent and you put it in an idle, and there's the light off. Dumped us off. We're going to go to 6,000. We'll go from there. How's that, folks? Got a good start on number 1 as well. Both of these puppies are running. Beautiful engines, by the way. I like flying the airplane. It's a fun airplane to fly. All right, on the overhead. What the heck? Why does it say connected? Now it's removed. I was going to say that shouldn't say that. Okay. So let's jump on the overhead. What we're going to do is our after flow, start flow. We're going to shut the APU down by pushing that. We'll push power. That's going to close that door from the outside. Landing lights coming on. Just the nose, and the recog lights are on. Strobe lights are off. Coming on the overhead, making sure we're good to go. Fans are on. I'm actually going to increase this. There we go. Cabin. That's good. Windshield's on low. Probes are on. Lights are on. And hydraulics. And one last thing we do is we're going to come over here, check the hydraulics. All three is good. Electrics, good. Fuel's good. Flight controls coming in. Flaps 8. Take a look. Let's go ahead and do this. Left, right, rudders. Set. Elevators. Alright, let's go. Taxi checklist. Thank you. We'll run the taxi checks. After start fuel check. Looks good. Okay, anti-ice off. Rudders good. Nose wheel steering. That's why we do a checklist. Arm. Thrust reversers are armed. CAS is good. Taxi flaps, takeoff data, and trim. Checklist is complete. Brakes off. Let's go make sure we're on. We're squawking, and we're going to go ahead and turn on Charlie 4, and then we'll just go that way around. How's that? Does that work for everybody? SRQ says beginning the approach into CLT. Cool. Let's call him up. Myrtle Beach traffic, Riptide 5207, excuse me, 05. Taxi to 18 via Alpha. Myrtle Beach. Welcome to Myrtle Beach. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to have to adjust the nose wheel tiller here in just a minute. Just give me a second. Okay, so how you do this for me is I set it to center and then have to turn it one way and hard the other way and then center it again, and then it should work. Just a little calibration. It's stupid. Okay, we've got the green takeoff config okay. We've got 2 reversers on. No smoking and seatbelt signs are on. Takeoff config is good. Fuel quantity is set. Brake temp is about 1 on just the left side. We'll go ahead and throw crossfeed. Crossfeed's manual, and then we're cooking. We are cooking on the ramp here. Okay, brake temp, fuel, flight controls, takeoff briefing is complete. Ignition is on. CAS is good. We'll update the runway as we get on the runway. Any questions? Takeoff's going to be fun, folks. We're going to fly southbound pretty much. We're just going to try to avoid the weather. Let's go ahead and pull up our Navigraph charts with the weather here, and we'll see if there's anything that we could check out on radar. I know it's kind of raining before. It looks like it's clearing up for us, so that's good. Radar's coming in. Let's see what we got. Just a little bit over Cake It, I guess. Alright. And then I think I could get to more of your comments after we depart, just because it's going to be a little quieter for us. Weather looks good. It doesn't look too bad to the south. Alright, let's go. Myrtle Beach traffic, Riptide 5205, taking runway 18, departure southbound. Okay, we'll get on the runway. Go ahead and throw the lights on right now. Strobe lights coming on. Did it to me again, dang it. Overturned it. That was perfect, actually. stop the aircraft. I don't want to do that, but I want to make sure we get all our lights on the way we need to. Wing inspect's coming on. All of our lights are on. And we will update the runway. Completed. Okay, let's go ahead and take off. Ready? Let's go. Lights on, camera, action. I'm just going to push these up. Okay, you want to push them up to about 75 first, which is the first detent. Climb detent. You're at 75. We're going to go toga. And now they're in toga. Okay, take off thrust set. Hundred knots. Cross check. V1. Rotate. So she wants to pop off the ground. Positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. See how she flies. Looks good. To give you folks a nice look here off to the beautiful ocean. We're going to climb out just a little bit over the ocean for a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and settle her down. Climb thrust set. Pop them right back down to climb. The engines will spool down a little bit. This is a full FADEC aircraft. All right, let's go. Flaps coming up one. I'm going to go direct to Elms. See what she wants to do here for us. Now it's climbing a little less. It's a little more sluggish on the climb because it's heavy. You know, we're a little bit heavier than normal. There's 200 knots. Flaps coming up. I'm just going to increase our speed to about 220, and then we'll start accelerating. How's that? And I'm going to try to just decrease. We're about 15 degrees nose up, so that's a good intercept rate, or good intercept angle, I should say. All right, looking good. We're going to go ahead and keep on climbing. We're going to go ahead and climb up to our cruise altitude now. I'm just going to straight climb. There's nobody online, so I don't have to worry about step climbs or anything like that. We're just going to accelerate the airplane. We'll climb to 30, what did we say, 36,000? How about that? 36,000 feet on the climb out. It's gorgeous up here. So far, so good. We're getting a little bit on the slow side, so I'm just going to trim it down. There we go. 10 degrees nose up should do it. Once we get this altitude dialed in, what we'll do now is come over here and we'll click nav, speed, and then autopilot. Let's see. See, now it's, again, the heading bug is all jacked up, so you just right click and then left click it, and then we're all set. And I'm going to increase our speed now to 250 as we're flying toward our first waypoint. So I want to accelerate as fast as I possibly can to that waypoint. Looks like Charlotte's on still. That's good. It's so hard not to, when you unclip this belt, it like, it wants to, it's so heavy, like the harness is so heavy, it just wants to fall to the ground. It's like insane how heavy this harness is. It's nuts. All right, folks, there's 10,000 feet. Well, not yet. Now there is. We're at 10,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory.
And we're going to go ahead and start our climb, okay, our speed. Through 10,000, we're going to go ahead and climb up. Increase our speed now to about 270 on the climb. I'd like to see that. That's a nice cruise climb for us. And then we'll do our after departure flows. We'll turn those off. Go ahead upstairs. We're going to throw that to the off position, and we will throw that to the off position. And we want to make sure that we're climbing. You can see the pressurization's coming up. Delta P, 4.6, differential. And after takeoff checks. Gear and flaps are up. Fuel crossfeed is auto off. Bleeds are on. They are both sides. Thrust is set and thrust reversers are off. Climb checklist complete. Let's see into that. Cool. All right, now let's get to your comments. I'm going to go ahead and lock this thing. Ah, man. That was fun. I'm actually going to put the seat up just a little bit. That's just a little too much. There we go. All right, your comments. Got that. Until Rob graces us. Peasants with... Oh. With an EFP. I see. Until Rob graces us peasants with an EFP. VTP is a must. And I would have to agree with you, Scott. It is a must. You can't... VTP is at Coastal. We use it, our pilots. Once we get a VA-enabled solution, we will have it for our pilots as well. So it's important. VTP is one of those things that if you're a serious simmer, you're going to want something like that, especially if you fly the 737 a lot. We through 18? Just not yet. I'm going to go ahead and increase the range. There we go. I'm going to bump this up again. There we go. It's about 20 nautical miles, coming up to 18,000. Now we're on that southward trend. And you got everyone on that one. Wait a minute, what happened? Because February 30th doesn't exist. Scott, I just got that, man. That's hilarious. It cracks me up. One of these days, we'll have to do something. If you guys want me in an Airbus, just saying. One of these days, we'll have to do something. We'll have to make it an event somehow, some way. It's got to be something. It's got to be like some kind of a celebration where you guys get me in an Airbus and you just laugh. Because that's what I'd be doing right now. Is just laughing the whole time. All right, folks. We're going to talk about some stuff. So has anybody used... So first of all, self-loading cargo was free. For me, that I didn't even know, so I'll try it. I think our next flight next week we'll try. I am done with this schedule for the CRJ. I flew this, the coastal schedule for the CRJ is pretty cool. It's a 3-day trip, and I'm working on day 3 right now, obviously, my last leg. So we go from day 1, we go from Miami up to Orlando to Raleigh, Orlando to Myrtle Beach, then Raleigh, Durham, then Islip. So you end at Islip, New York, overnight there. Then day 2, you go from Islip to Nantucket and back to Islip. That's a summer schedule only. That's going to go away here I think in September. That will go away. And then we go from Islip to Portland, Maine. Portland to Halifax, Nova Scotia. Again, that's seasonal, and that's going to end as well in September, at least up to Nova Scotia. We're going to keep Portland on the schedule, but Nova Scotia and Nantucket will go away. You overnight in Nova Scotia, and then day 3 is which we're on right now. You go Nova Scotia, pretty much back the other way you came. Nova Scotia, Portland, Islip, Raleigh, Durham, Myrtle Beach, and now this one. We skip Orlando on this leg. So there's no return service from Orlando to Miami. There will be eventually, but not for a bit. Yes, a Southwest Airbus. Yes, let's do that. Well, we for sure do a Southwest Airbus just to let everybody laugh. Because that's not... So what's... You haven't told me. What was... I'm hearing different things about it. About... do you guys like... I would like to know if you really do like self-loading cargo. Is it worth downloading? I'm going to try it if it's free, right? I already bought the old version, so that's really nice. I thought there was an upgrade you had to buy. Okay, so some flight sim news on FS Elite I'm looking at. One of their top stories is the Phoenix begins the A320 V2, so version 2 rollout. The A321 and the A319 announcement. That's a big deal, right, for you Airbus pilots? That's going to be cool for you. 2 brand new aircraft are coming and with the Sharklet winglets. Really cool. We have Burning Blue Designs releases the United Kingdom VORs. Radio navigation. I don't know if they're actually active. They probably should be. We've got Gulfstream update. For the X-Plane, if you're an X-Plane flyer, then NMG simulations. They release King Shaka International Airport. It looks like that's South Africa. So is that for? Yeah, that's for flight sim. And then pretty much self-learning cargo is on the radar there. Then we've got anything else going on. Pilot expert experience sim announces Beechcraft King Air C90. So that's going to be cool. I don't know if that's going to be yet. That's going to be for Microsoft Flight Simulator and Xbox. Now this is interesting. The Field Air released Dallas Love for Flight Sim, and I know another one. Didn't somebody else release Dallas? Can't remember. Shelton says that answers one of my questions. My other question is, how many CRJs will Coastal have altogether? You know, that's difficult to answer that, Shelton. We've got right now we just have 2. But it's difficult to answer because we're looking at some Western expansion, and it really is depends on how much they're going to be for us to purchase. And I mean, I definitely see Coastal Connection becoming, you know, a little larger than this. Obviously, we're going to probably be running. I would honestly maybe six new aircraft that come into the fleet. That's Siri. I don't. What the heck are you talking about, Siri? But 6 new aircraft coming into the fleet. Maybe it just depends on availability and if we can get our hands on them. So we just struck a deal this week on a 757. We already have one purchased. We got another one purchased. Really good deal, and we jumped on it. So the 757-200, we're going to have 2 of them now, and looking at a third. I'd like to have 3, but right now we have 2. We're looking to purchase more 737-700s, but again, it just depends on if we can get a hold of them or not. Again, with Coastal, we just don't throw a dart and say, oh, I want 10 aircraft, let's get 10 new aircraft, right? It doesn't work that way for us. We actually have to wait for a couple things. 1, we have to have the funds to do it, so we have to have the money. 2, I got to get pilots in the door. We've got 1, 2, 3, we've got 3 pilots in training, and hiring is closed for the summer, pretty much done. We won't hire again until January of next year, until these 3 or 4 pilots get released, hopefully released up to the line, and they can start flying for us. So we got to do that. As much as I want to buy aircraft and expand the schedule, I think we're going to be waiting for a few more months before we do anything like that. So right now, and you guys can check out our route map on kind of where we go on flycoastalairways.com. You can check it out and just kind of learn a little bit about more what we do. And I know there was one comment before about, and I think Max said it, I don't know if he's watching right now, but Max had asked, Delta Senpai, what's up? He says, love your new plane. Oh, thanks, man. We got 31,032 coming up. SRQ says, I have been having autopilot problems where we're at a low altitudes, the VNAV will not descend to my altitude input. If you could send what's going on with that, sometimes when you're getting vectored, I'm assuming you're in the 737, so the best technique to use if you're getting vectored, completely go from like a level 2 automation or a level 3 automation, which you're probably on right now, where the level 3 is the highest automation, right? So you've got VNAV, LNAV, but once you get vectored and you start getting vectored around the airport, drop it from a level 3 to a level 2, okay, and go vertical speed, and then you could do level change as well if you'd like. I don't usually use level change in the 7.3 on the descent. Well, unless they tell you to hold the speed, right? So if they say hold, X speed, you would want to use your level change. You just dial that in, and then it'll descend or climb you at that speed. Okay, so I'm assuming if you're getting vectored around, what you'll want to do is just go to your MCP, dial in the altitude you want, and then just crank down the vertical speed. Or if you need to hold an airspeed, you could do that as well. I like cranking down the vertical speed and then adjusting my speed as appropriate. Or you could do level change. Let's say you want to descend at 210. You could go level change 210, dial your altitude down to 1,000. Let's say pop your brakes, and then it'll descend you at a steeper rate. And the reason why I like vertical speed in that when I'm getting vectored, because I can control my speed with my brakes, but I want a good rate of descent on the way down. I don't want to sit there and go 200 feet a minute. I need to get down to what ATC tells me to do rather fast. Anything over 1,200 feet per minute is what you want to shoot for when you're with ATC. So hopefully that helps. Will, what's going on, man? Will says just got back on the stream. How's the flight been going? It's been pretty good. The flight's been really good. We're at 35 for 36 right now. We're heading. I'll show you. I will show you where we're at. That's the old flight. That is the old flight. We're going to go click import from SimBrief. And we'll download this one. And you can see where the heck we are. We're just we had some weather over here, but it looks like it's below us. So, if I take the radar, you'll see that radar pop up. And we're just kind of over the top of those. Okay, so once we get to 36,000, I'll pull the brakes. We'll pull the throttles back a little bit and start getting into that cruise range of 0.7. What they want us to fly up a cruise here? Company wanted 7.7, which is a little fast. We got altitude capture coming in. Okay, thanks for the help, SRQ. You bet, man. Hopefully that helps you. Delta Sim pilot. Oh, you guys, I had my heart stop for a minute. I mean, like I said earlier, I had nothing but problems with the sim. It kept crashing on me last night, and it's not the sim. it was my hardware, and I had to do. Will? Yeah, absolutely. So it's a good question, Will. Let me talk about that here in a minute. Let's go ahead and pull this down. All right, so I'm going to bump this out of climb thrust, and then it drops in a manual. Okay, and we're going to want to maintain that 0.74, but you could see, let me go ahead and drop, the company wanted 7.7, so we could go up just a little higher than that. I don't want to burn too much fuel. I'd rather not cook all that gas. Just because it costs a lot of money. And ever the CEO, I'm like, man, do we have to burn that much fuel? So, yeah, Will, just to get back to your question, but I do have real world experience. So my background, I've had my pilot's license since 1998. I've been flying a long time. In addition to that, I went to Embry-Riddle, got all my ratings there. So went into the aviation safety side of it though. So crash investigation is kind of what I was, my bread and butter, if you will. Safety is kind of what I do. So I also do that, and I work with Navigraph. I don't know if you heard Navigraph, but I work for them as well. And we have a lot of fun. So if you guys haven't checked out Navigraph yet, go ahead and check out their website, their YouTube channel. And you can see Flight Sim Expo is really cool. We had some fun doing that. Got to meet a lot of cool people. Super fun. I'm definitely going next year again. It was a lot of fun. So hopefully that answers your question. And then before that, I worked for Angle of Attack as the 737 instructor. So the 737 is kind of my aircraft. I know that airplane very, very well. Doesn't mean I'm an expert. I don't say I am. I still learn all the time, but it's the airplane I love to fly the most. And I think I got a lot of experience doing it. Doesn't mean anything. I still screw up. Delta Civ pilot, how much is your captain hat? Yeah, you bet, Will, man. No problem. Let's see. My captain's hat is custom made. I'll show you. Oh, let me get this over here. We don't do anything like at Coastal that's like cheap right now. I mean, this is a real hat, custom made hat, and this hat badge that we have at Coastal Airways, those are for sale. So I have these in the wings. These are metal wings. They're not plastic. They're real. And the cap I got custom made, and the badge is custom made too. So if our pilots want to buy them, they can. And we have lanyards and ID badges and stuff that I give to my pilots, which, by the way, I'm getting ready to send a whole package out to 2 of them. I just printed them this week, so they're going to get a nice badge. And let me give you an update on what's going on. How's that? Give me 1 second. I'll get back to you in a minute. So right now it's 1356 local, well, on the sim. I don't think she wants to do 7.7, so, you know, I kind of want to bring it down. How much fuel do we eat? 1,600 pounds? She's pushing it at 7.7, folks. Let's see what we got. 1356, we're looking at 14, so any good pilot's going to do this for you. And you know here, folks, we're not going to do anything that's shoddy or shady. We got to do it right on this channel. So give me a second and I'll get right back to you. I just want to give you folks a good estimate and everything else, and I'll give you an update on where we sit. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and give you a good PA. How's that?
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. If you wish to make an additional purchase, please note that we only accept credit cards.
Folks, from the flight deck, your captain speaking. We are reach our cruising altitude of 36,000 feet. It's pretty smooth. Seatbelt signs are going to come on. Once again, what we're looking at here in Miami, it's about an hour and 10 minutes. The weather in Miami right now, it's beautiful. We've got 84 degrees, some scattered clouds at 25,000 feet. Winds are light out of the south, or out of the east. Thanks for flying with us. If you remain seated, please keep those seatbelts fastened, just in case we hit any unexpected rough air. Once again, thanks for watching the Flight Sim Broadcasting Network. Sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of the flight. We're hitting turbulence.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
Yeah, we might have to kind of see if we can get out of this turbulence a little bit. We might have to turn those seatbelt signs back on, folks. Well, says that super cool. I've always wondered what you did in your past aviation experiences. Yeah, man, no problem. What else, folks? What do we got? Delta, what do you, Delta, where is it? Delta Sim Pilot. The hat you can buy at, like, if you go to Sporties, you can actually buy one of those. It's pretty cool. Looks like we're getting into the bumps, folks. Let's, it's not forecasted on my turbulent plot. 38,000 feet. We're going to go 36. Let's see if that is why. Nope. But we are definitely in it. So let's go on the outside and see what the airplane's doing. Yeah, it's light. I mean, it's light chop. Kind of wiggling around a little bit. You know, I got to tell you, a lot of people don't like the CRJ. I really like it. Yeah, we're going to have to turn it on. We're going to have to turn it on. Dang it. I just said I turned them off. Let's see.
The flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
Sorry, folks. That's what happens. Is Miami Center on? Nope, Miami Center is not on. Charlotte is still on, though. We could try to climb. Let's take a look and see where the jet stream is. I don't know. Fuel in Miami, we're estimating 5,800. That's perfect. What do we got here? Looking at only 8 knots. It's nothing. It's not very strong. The wind's just light. But for some reason, we're taking the turbulence. Let's see if we got an AirMet or a SIGMET up here. Let's do all this. We got mountain waves. Now, all that stuff's to the north. Like, anything forecasted, it's not telling us very much. So, we're not getting a forecasted turbulence. Now, we probably could descend. I don't want to climb too much. We could climb to 410 if we had to. That's the thing. I want to take a look to see if we got any PIREPs over here. Maybe we'll start the climb and see if we can't beat this thing. That CRJ is one of my favorite planes to fly. The takeoff performance is amazing. It's really good. Yeah, the CRJ is it's a good airplane. I enjoy it. I enjoy flying it, and the cool part about having it in a coastal is where, you know, if you're tired of flying the 7.3 and you're rated to fly this, you can. Or what's cool about Coastal 2, you could get checked out in the MD-80 as well, so you could fly charters for us. Matter of fact, John, he just flew a charter last night, and I'm hoping, folks, though, when hockey season rolls around, let me get your take on this, folks, in the chat. Should we do what we did last season and fly every away game with the MD-80? Again, it's about 200 hours for the season, roughly, and there's a lot of flying. So we are all over the place, and it's almost every 3 days we're flying. We're doing a flight. So I want to know what your take is on it. We got a top of descent about 238 miles, it says. Let's take a look. I do want to look at this really quick. I want to look at our weather here, and I've got to pull up all the way on the other side. And let's take a look at our observations and see if we're supposed to be getting this turbulence. No, nothing reporting. Now it's late night too, so nobody's reporting turbulence on the East Coast here, at least where we're at. All right, I could try to climb through this. Hey, Ryan, what's going on, John? He says, hi, Jason, how's everything going? It's going well, man. Yourself? By the way, I thought of you. They just releasing a global, I think. Was it a Gulfstream for X-Plane? That's coming out soon. I just read it on FS Elite, so you definitely check that out. All right, let's try to climb. Let's go 380. Let's see if we can get up to 380, and will it accept it? I don't know. No, that's wrong. I'm going to actually cancel the mod, and then we're going to try this again. Here, we're going to go 380. We're trying to get, you stupid. We're trying to get up to, out of this turbulence. So, if we could get up to 380 and hold it there, you know, we might have a fighting chance to get out of this garbage. Three six descent. So I did it again. I gotta hit that clear button. Shoot. It's the only weird thing. You gotta kind of come at an angle. All right, slant 380. It's just too bumpy. I'm going to try to climb out of this and see if we can't get better for the folks. Good ride for them. So let's go ahead and climb it up to 380. We're doing a nice smooth climb, okay? So what we'll do is we're going to go speed, and I'm going to push the throttles up into the climb detent and have the airplane do a nice slow climb. Let's see what happens here. Now I expect it to climb here. There we go. Let's see if we can't get out of the turbulence. Christopher, how are you? What hockey team? Shelton says, absolutely. I love seeing that MD-80 being pushed to its limits, especially in Fort Lauderdale, Vegas. Yeah, we pushed it hard. The hockey team we would be contracted with is the Panthers. It's just because we're based out of Miami. Right now, for the summer, we actually have an MLS contract. So we fly Orlando and Miami for soccer in the summer, and then hockey in the winter. And it looks like I would love to fly the Rangers. I'm a Ranger fan, but I ended up flying the Panthers because of the contract negotiations that we had. And I tell you, it was fun. It was fun, but it was a lot of flying. And I might do for our patrons, I might just like those flights that are in during the week, I might just do like a record takeoff landing kind of thing, so they could see the progression of the season. I might do that because I'm always wondering what I could do for patrons. It's hard to really know, you know. I'm working on an MD-80 ground school, but that might take forever to do. I've got 3 or 4 videos ready. I just haven't put them together. So I do want to climb at 0.77. At least we could cruise at that. But let's see if we can't get out of this turbulence, folks. I'm trying to push it out of here. Give you a better ride through. Trying to get you a better ride up through the to Miami here. It's just enough, you know. It's just enough to keep the seatbelts on. Hopefully we can smooth this thing out. So Shelton, you vote yes. So Christopher, hopefully the hockey team. That I would love the Rangers, but it's probably not going to happen unless Sean can come up with some kind of contract negotiation with them. And by the way, we're based in Miami, so it doesn't make much sense to fly them around. Eventually, when we get the 757, that we're going to have 3 757s. One of them will be a hockey aircraft. We'll be flying the charter in the 757. So that will be cool. We'll see. John, you're saying, I've been super busy with life. Yep. The private jet flight into Aspen was super fun and bucket list moment. Yeah, that's cool. Just hanging in there. Your videos have helped me out on the tough days. Good. Good, man. It's good to hear. Can Coastal end the contract with the Panthers and try charter another team, or is the Panther contract ironclad? You know, I don't know. We'll have to ask the charter department on that. It would be we're the home airline, right? So like, and that's the thing. We're the home airline. So it's hard to go to another team when you're the home airline, right? Everybody's like, yeah, no, you're it. We expect you to fly the team. So there's 38,000, and you know, sometime a plan comes together, folks. Look at that. It's smoothed out a little bit. That's what I like to see. Nice and smooth. Let's go and throw the seatbelt sign on. Let's hope that does the trick. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Today it looks like we won. 38,000 seems like it's smoothed out a little bit. Gonna get above that cloud layer a little. Might help. What other hockey team would you like? I'll never say it's ironclad, but boy, it's really hard to get to like New York or something when you're based out of Miami and you're flying all these Miami trips. And Fort Lauderdale, it's a car ride. You know, you park at Fort Lauderdale, and it's what, 18 miles and you're home, or something like that. I mean, that's why we do it. It's because you want to finish a charter trip and go. But I think this next year, Tampa Bay, that'd be interesting. I mean, we could easily get from Tampa to Miami. That's a we could throw a stone. Matter of fact, we have a commercial flight at night that could take you there. So there's a 737 flight that flies out of Coastal flies out of Tampa. We go from Tampa to Miami. It's pretty late too. The only problem with that is that you're paying the flight crew. You got to deadhead the flight crew down, and that's a bummer. I mean, you could be hitting some FDP hours, duty time, So, I don't know. I've got to talk to Sean. He's our charter department. So he makes all the decisions with the charters. I will tell you one thing, that I don't know if I'm going to be flying all those MD-80 flights. It was a beast. Like, that was a beast, you folks. I mean, if you followed it, you would know, like, holy cow, Jason's flying again. And, like, it's nothing to fly 3 days in a row. Because you have to fly, like, you would go from, if they were playing Boston, let's say, you'd go from Fort Lauderdale to Boston, and then, they're playing Montreal, and then they're playing the Senators. So you'd be like, Boston, Montreal, the Senators in 3 days, and then you'd have to come back down. And you have to fly it. There's no schedule. You have to fly the scheduled route, which is crazy. Right? I mean, that's nuts. And so what I'm saying is, I think this year you might see a little less of me bidding it. Like, I don't know if I'm going to bid it as much as I did last year. Because we have two MD-80, 3 MD-80 pilots total right now checked out. So, and it's just the bid. And the bids are going to come out, and you might see some pilots jumping on that. And if I don't want it, I won't bid it. So they can win the bid on that. I might take a bid. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. You guys got to see the West Coast runs. I don't know if you saw the West flights, but we just opened those proving flights I did out West, and a lot of our pilots bid and won the bids. They're going to go West. A ton of them are. At least probably 3 or 4 of our pilots are flying out West in August. So they'll go with the 800, they're going to go from Miami over to Indianapolis, over to Salt Lake, and then they switch aircraft. They jump at a 700, and they start buzzing around in the 700. I think we did stream that. Remember, I did a full day out West, and that was a lot of fun. Shelton to Tampa Bay, it's a possibility, man. That's something we could do. It's up to Sean on what kind of contracts we could get. But it was insane. I mean, that was crazy. The amount of flying we did over the course of the hockey season was brutal. It was brutal. Oh, it was brutal. It was brutal. Folks, we did not miss. I hope you know that. We did not miss an away game. I flew every single trip. Every single trip. Did not miss one away game. Insane amount of flying. I mean, I got 200 hours on that aircraft just by doing that. Yeah, the growth right now, we kind of put a stop on the growth right now. We've got, like I said, we've got 3 pilots that are in training. That was weird, huh? That have to get through training before we even think about. Because think about this, we need more money, right? I'm not going to buy aircraft. Like, by the way, we have $160 million loan that we're paying off. And then, not to mention, with that money, we bought a whole bunch of aircraft. So this month, I believe it's in August, we have $6.5 million that we have to pay back to the finance department, right? So the financing, the broker, if you will, because we're not leasing them, we're buying them outright. So but we have a payment plan, right? So it's $6.5 million every 3 months. We've got to make that money. And if I see our pilots flying, if we get more pilots flying in the air, that's going to produce more funds for us, right? So right now we're doing great. We're not doing too bad on our finances. Obviously, I have to check July's. And by the way, we're hiring. We're hiring an airline analyst. No, we're hiring a business analyst, an airline business analyst. So if you love numbers and you're kind of an accounting person and you like the airline industry and you know about airline business, we want you to apply. And you can check us out at flycoastalairways.com. You scroll down to the bottom and look at, it'll say not hiring for flight crews till 2024. But if you're interested in another job, we do have that. And we're looking for that person, and we're looking for a dispatcher. So somebody that would live dispatch for us, we would love that. And somebody who's very savvy in airline business, right? So finances and business, if you like that, let's say you're in business school or something like that, it'd be a good thing, because you're going to learn everything. You're going to learn everything from RASM, CASM, and we have all of those every month. We publish for our flight crews. We publish that. Look at the bumps again. Man, I can't get out of this crap, guys. I am stuck in it. It's just enough. Shelton says, I've watched ever since the opening day. The fact that you are the CEO, plan these routes, do the proving flights is mind-blowing. Well, we learned a lesson on the charters. Remember to always get rest. Yeah, you're not kidding. And since that happened, John, since that day, not only that, but that particular flight and that example is actually in our CQ training for December. So in December, we're talking a lot about upset training. All of our pilots are going to have to go through it again. We'll have to go through upset training. We'll do a few other things. But yeah, and fatigue. So we're pretty strict now on Part 117 in terms of we have to have the proper rest. So if you fly a full day, like I flew a late night that day on that charter run, I should have had a 10-hour rest day. I didn't. So you can't fly real. So in real life here for Coastal, if you fly a leg, okay, and you don't have 10-hour rest, and it's usually a full day. But in my example, it was an all-nighter. It was a late flight, and I didn't have 10 hours of rest. Because you got to remember, those flights take off at like 11:30 at night. And most of the time I flew those that late. Took off at 10, 9, 10, right around there, which is crazy. Yay, more upset training, my favorite. Yeah, Dewan, you're gonna definitely get more upset training. So we're gonna have upset training and a couple other things, maybe just a couple of curveballs that we'll throw at some other flight crews. The engine outs we probably won't do, but we'll do something else where it's like, oh, you might have an alarm, something go off, and you have to deal with it. So stuff on the line. Perfect example of work fatigue is Jason telling me fire number 1 during pushback, me thinking he meant engine fire. Exactly. That was a bad choice of words on my part, thinking about crew communications and what not to say. It was probably not a good thing to say, like, oh, by the way, fire number 1, that wouldn't be good, All right. So let's get this going. We've got Kaiser coming in. Danny Espresso's at 24,000. So let's see what we've got on our top of descent here. And I don't know if I screwed up the TOD because of the change I did. It could be that, right? It could be you screwed it up. So the airplane doesn't really like when you do something stupid like that. It's not a fan. If you don't ever mess with it, it might be. Espresso 24,000. So our VPA is about climbing. Right now we've got 1,000. If we started descending now, it's 1,100 feet a minute down to 24,000. I mean, that's okay. I'll get it to about 2,000 and then we'll start down. How's that? Yeah, it's funny. Doesn't sound like the 380. It sounds like 380. It sounds like 38,000. Dewan says, I would love flying the CRJ for a couple of flights. Yeah, you've got to get checked out, man. It was funny. I think you bid it. You bid the ride, and it's like, denied. By the way, dude, I printed out your ID badge. So I got those printed for you. So you'll have them coming up. And while I'm sitting here yapping, let's go ahead and get the weather in Miami. It's probably really nice. 350 at 3. Really light winds coming up. And I am hungry, guys. I didn't eat dinner. That's the thing about Fridays. I don't have a time to eat. It's like, oh, just work. And to be honest with you, I didn't think I would even take off today because of the sim. I was like, man, this thing is not working. And it kept shutting down on me. And it wasn't, and I knew it wasn't the simulator. I'm like, it's not the sim. I wonder I was thinking it might have been my power supply unit, my PSU. I'm like, it could be. All right, wind's 350 at 3. Really light, 10 miles visibility. Absolutely gorgeous down there. Sky right now scattered at 25,000. We've got temperature 2.26. Altimeter is 3001. They are landing, departing runway 8 right and 9. So they're landing 8 right. I think 12 is closed. Notice to air mission runway 8 left, 26 right is closed. Okay. Runway 12 and 30 are closed. So I'm going to go ahead and check that out right now. And let's take a look at our descent. 1400, we're almost there. So let's take a look at our NOTAMs really quick while we're heading into Miami. Effective August 9th and 7th. That doesn't apply to us. What's today, folks? The 4th, right? Yeah. So runway 1230 is going to be closed in 2 days. Expiration is going to be only 2 hours, so they'll open it up. We got some FICON, runway 12, 555, so the braking action's good. They have wet observations. That was today. So we have a wet runway. It looks like it just rained. The rain ended when? Let's see what we got here. Birds in the vicinity. When did the rain end? Doesn't tell me. Okay, so we have wet runways, so that's interesting. Miami runway 30 ALS is unusable. That's the lighting system. 1,600 feet. Miami apron. We're looking at Miami runway 27. So we'll go ahead and change it to some radar issues. We're going to go 8 right. Cranes. Kind of what you expect there. Cranes. Nothing major. Just a whole bunch of cranes obstruction, crane. There is a bazillion things. Looks like we're passing Melbourne, folks. All right, what do you got here? Where do you have your track IR sensor? I got to wake up in 5 hours to catch my slot time for tomorrow. There you go. Boy, if that's the case, you need 10 hours of rest, my friend. You didn't fly, though, today. But you should have 10 hours of rest, 8 hours uninterrupted. That's what you should get when you fly. Captain ACQ, what are some good freeware add-ons you recommend? Weather add-on you are using. So the weather add-on, I'm using just regular weather, but if you are a Navigraph subscriber, you could get all this stuff. So like, we could turn on the radar. I'm sure you have this and seen it. Turbulence, everything on the METAR, temperature, like there's 15 layers that they've added. It's beautiful. So really cool stuff. I love the cloud tops. I use that a lot. This looks like a sail off in the Bahamas. So, all right, there's 2100. Let's go ahead and start our descent. So what we're going to do is we're going to crank the altitude down now to 24,000. We're going to start descending at 2400 rate. And while I sit here, you can see it's just start going up to 22. You know what I mean? You don't want to be too much into this because this you'll get too much energy on this aircraft. When you're down low, this aircraft does not want to slow down and come down at the same time. At least in the lower altitudes, it's very hard to stop it. In terms of low, when you get low, it's difficult. So we're going to go vertical speed, and I'm going to go ahead and drop this down 2,400 feet a minute. Okay, and then I'm going to pull power, just a little bit of power. There's 1,600, 2,000's coming in. There it is, 24. And then we'll go ahead and decrease it. 2,500. There's 24. You can see our top of descent. We're going to catch it. It's going to be an 8-hour flight. My first long haul. Oh, it's not with Coastal then, huh? We don't have anything that's 8 hours. There's no way you're flying with us. There's no way. I'll put my seatbelt on. You can see we're almost there. Espresso, you can see that bar. We're a little on the short side, so let's go ahead and drop it one more time. There we go. And folks, from the flight deck, we've started down into the Miami area. We're going to turn on the seatbelt sign as we're starting to descend. Please take your seats for an arrival. Again, Miami is beautiful, 84 degrees and some scattered clouds. We should have you on the ground here in about 25 minutes or so. Thanks. You said, where do you want the sensor at?
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
You know, Captain ACQ, a good freeware. You know, it depends. It really depends on what you want. And where you're going. There's some great freeware on flightsim.to, but we're really spoiled. Most of the airports that I shouldn't say all. Every airport that Coastal flies to, we have some sort of either freeware or payware. So that's really nice. And then just your average weeb said, no, it's a VATSIM event. 8 hours. Man, that is a long haul. That's too long for me. That's for sure. All right. So, folks, 8 right, they said, is going to be the runway of choice for the approach. We'll follow what the NOTAMs tell us. So, 8 right it will be. It's not advantageous for any. It'll be a visual. We'll fly a visual 8 right into the airport. We'll back it up with the ILS. Let's just go ahead and make sure that the Coastal 2, it has us going to Madonna, I think. That says 3,200 to catch it. So we might have to drop just a little bit more. Yes, we do. So let's go 1, crank 2. And no smokings. Seatbelt signs coming on. So my sensor's up on my monitor, but you can't look down. It's just because of the sensor. You gotta go on YouTube and look at it. Like, look at the I think it's like a V curve, bell curve, and then you can see it. All right, let me take a look, see what we got on the legs page. Coastal Yakko, looking for Remy, Madonna, Tupac, Vectors. I'm good with that. 8 right. It's programmed already. So it's perfect. Good. Yeah, we almost made it. You can almost see we're there at Expresso. So what we could do now is hit vertical speed. So we could try this VNAV descent and see what it does. All right, I'm going to go ahead and adjust our altitude down. So our next altitude restriction is going to be Coastal below 6,000, Yakko 16,000, Yakko's at 13,000, Ziggy's 250, Otten is 11,000. So let's go right down to 11,000 and see what it does. Let's go ahead and just tune right to 11,000. There we go. The only plane I think I'm really willing to train for again is the 7.5. Yeah, it's good. 7.5 is a great airplane, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to get it. I've got, like I said, we just purchased another one today. So our plan was to have 3. Right now we have 2 in the fleet. And we're starting our descent here. Descent pressurization's looking good. Our Delta P is coming down here. Delta P's at 6.5 and dropping. Altimeters, what do we got here? We're going to verify altimeter. Looks like what? 3001. We won't do that now, but we do that on the way down, obviously. Lane data set. I'll go ahead and check that right here. Looks like 138 will set all. Good. and the CAS is complete. Now, one thing that this airplane will catch you in is when you don't do this hurts. When you're flying this aircraft, it says on the before landing checklist to throw the reversers on. I'll do it at 10,000 feet just because I don't want to forget it, right? So I don't want to forget. I always forget that stupid thing. And I never want to forget, but I always do. So easy to forget on this airplane. So when you land, you pull the reversers, you're like, no reversers? It is a beautiful, beautiful airplane. I love it. Beautiful, sleek, clean design. Pretty cool. You know what's really cool is I just ordered on Etsy for our Bravo. I just ordered a. If you find a 900 ER 9 p.m. If you find a 900, no, I won't. We won't end up flying a 900, a 737-900. It's just too underpowered, if you will. It's just underpowered. Too underpowered. I'd rather get my hands on a 7.5 than a 900 ER. Just won't do it. Yeah. Did you guys see the name? It's called Sardine. And so this aircraft is Sardine. Our other CRJ is called Sharkbait. Or Minnow. I think it's called Minnow. I think our other ones, I can't remember if it's Sharkbait or Minnow. I think it's Sharkbait. As a matter of fact, Coastal Connection is going to be called Sharkbait on the radio. It won't be Riptide. It'll be called Sharkbait just to keep it kind of real. So I think we'll change it to Sharkbait. Still be CST. But I think our radio for Coastal Connection is going to be Sharkbait. Because that'll be fun. That's just super funny. 280 on the speed over Redneck. We're there. Its name is Sardine. Yes. J Aviation painted this. He just did a fantastic job. It's beautiful. Okay, 18,000 feet coming up. Like anything at Coastal, we grade you. So we're going to have to turn on some lights. That's true. ACARS will yell at you. And I don't think that's exactly correct with that forward of CG. It doesn't seem like it is. All right, here comes 18,000. We're going to throw on some lights. We'll have to start slowing down the aircraft a little bit. We need to get below 16,000 over at Coastal. All right, here we go. Lights coming on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wing inspects are on. Seatbelt signs are on. Let's go ahead and talk this. What did we say it was? 3001, I thought. Yes, 3001. Beautiful coastline of Florida. Gotta love it. Coastal below 16,000. I'm going to go ahead and bring the power back just a little bit. Who's going to be flying Coastal Connection? Coastal pilots or the No, it'll be your... now, once we get our training done with the CRJ, you're going to see... You'll be type locked in this aircraft. So what I mean by that is if you apply to us and you have a certain amount of hours, look at the airplane just dropping like a rock. See that? It's trying to get to Coastal below 16, and it just did it. But 6,100 feet a minute, folks. That's brutal. Here comes the brakes. So we've got to be under Yakko at 13,000. There she comes. Wake up, airplane. What are you doing? All right, we just caught it. See, that's what I mean by you got to pay attention. Because if not, you're going to be like, what the heck was that? Passengers aren't going to like that. 6,000 feet a minute nose down. That's not cool. There we go. At 13,000 feet, we're going to start up to slow down 250. So I'm going to crank my speed down now to 250. There we go. So, like I said, you'll be type locked. So if you get hired, once the training's done, you'll get type locked in the CRJ. And that means that you'll be a Coastal Connection pilot. And by the way, they're going to be out in Hawaii. a lot of our fleet for Coastal Connection is going to be Hawaiian flights. You're going to be doing a lot of inter-island flying in Hawaii. So think about that, right? So you'll be type locked in the CRJ, and then you'll have to build your hours. Just like a real thing, you'll build your hours. Not only that, but just because your hours are built doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to fly mainline, right? So you're going to have to go, is there an opening? And then hopefully we can start feeding, once we have openings for the mainline fleet, we can start rotating pilots into the 737 training. And then you get through the 737 training, you're type locked into that aircraft. That's our bread and butter, though, the 7.3, obviously. Okay, 11,000 feet. Otten's at 11,000 feet. We're going to go ahead and drop down to 5,000 here. So I'm going to drop the altitude down to 5,000 and push the throttle up just a little bit. We're getting close, folks. So hang in there with me. Let's check this landing out. Beautiful. That's kind of the future. That's kind of what I see. I'm going to get all of our training programs on. They just take forever to produce. It's like 6 months. Uh-oh. Do not crash on me. Okay. Again, it's a hard stop moment. Type locked into CRJ doesn't sound fun. Wait, Hawaii? Never mind. Exactly right. Are you kidding me? You'd have a blast flying out of there. I would love it. And they're fast flights too. You're talking what, 40 minutes? 50-minute flights? Easily. Eventually, we'll do that. So, once we have a full training program on the CRJ, you better believe it. All right, the city up ahead, I think that's Fort Lauderdale, if I'm not mistaken. And I've got the airport in sight. I got Lauderdale in sight. Lauderdale's probably right off the wing right now. I just saw Miami. Let's see what we got. Lauderdale's right there. And our MD-80s are based out of there at Lauderdale. Our charter aircraft. And by the way, one of our 737s getting very close to an A check, or the MD-80 is getting very close to an A check. So the MD-80 is going to be pulled out of service for a couple minutes until the maintenance is done on it, and we'll have to do an A check and all that good stuff. Yes. Here comes the ejection seat. The ejection seat is coming on. With the butt kicker and the harness, it's really cool because it feels like it just increases the immersion level. It's pretty sweet. And now when I fly When I fly all the time, I don't do this. But when I'm streaming, because I think it's funny, then I do it. But when I'm just flying normal, I don't do this, folks. I don't know if that...
Not flying an American.
I'm trying to get this thing. There we go.
Thank you.
Okay, coming through 10,000.
And Navy 1920 will be lining up runway 08 right for takeoff.
Okay, so we got one in Miami lining up.
KW flirting runway 8 right. And Miami traffic envoy 3497 taxi runway 8 right.
Miami traffic Riptide 5205. On the Coastal 2, expecting 8 right at Gucci. 9,000.
Just maybe 1920, giving off 8 right. RNAV to default.
Select any class, one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright.
Yeah, we got some Miami traffic. Miami's
items either in the seat back
visual.
pocket or under the seat in front of you.
Go ahead, spin that heading bug. 250 on the speed. We'll start having to slow down about 210 here in a minute. You got to start getting to Class B airspace. You got to slow down. So IS is coming down 210 on the speed. There she is, straight ahead. Home sweet home. And then next week, I jump into 7-3, and we fly out to New Orleans. So we're going to do the New Orleans trip. So it's really cool. Fort Myers is in the mix. New Orleans, lots of fun. That's going to be a fun trip. I'm looking forward to that. Through 8,000 feet. Got some traffic over there. Speeds checked. Here we go. Okay, coming direct to Mondana. 2PAX 5,000 feet. Now, see how the airplane is. I'm about to take over here in a minute and control the descent rate myself. She's doing okay for. I'm in VNAV right now. I trust the airplane in VNAV on the descent, not on the ascent. And once we get to Tupac, we might have to extend final a little bit just to see where that aircraft is. He said he's on the RNAV. I'm looking for him. I don't see him on our... oh, I got one target there on the TCAS. I don't see the other guy.
US Navy 1920 coming to be the Glad to departure, Miami traffic.
Sounded like he was overspeeding. Like here, tick, 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 tick. He's flying a CRJ. Descent checklist. All right, let's go ahead and turn on the. Pressurization, altimeters, landing data. Approach briefing is complete and the CAS is checked. Miami traffic, Riptide 5206. Madonna. Tupac, sorry, 5,000 feet, expecting 8 right. Anybody on final? I can't see anything. Visual looks good.
I believe there's no one on the final.
Roger, thanks.
There is a departing plane though, on 8 right, but you should be fine, no factor.
Miami traffic, Envoy 3497, departing runway 8 right.
Yeah, he's no factor. Alright, so we're at 5,000. I want to turn base. Tupac 5,000, and then I'm going to go ahead and descend down to 3. So I'm going to keep the descent rate. Now I'm going to take over and go vertical speed as we get into this turbulence. Okay, so I got to take off VNAV, and now I can engage vertical speed, and then we could drop it. What we're going to do is heading. 1, 2. Heading select. And we're going to go ahead and turn base. Miami traffic Riptide 5206. Turning base at Copa. Plenty of room. Miami. Copra 3000. Okay, I want to start slowing down to 180. $3,000 feet. I got the airport in sight. It's going to be a nice intercept. Flaps coming down. Flaps down 8.
And Miami traffic, Envoy 3497, climbing through 1,100 for flight level 350.
Flaps 20. Slow to 160.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain seated.
I overshot it. It's all right. Miami traffic, Riptide 5206 on final, runway 8 right, Miami. Okay, ready? Flaps coming down 30. We're going to slow 138. Set. Now, we want to fly Blue Needles. If you're wondering why the heck, there we go.
And Miami traffic, Envoy 3497, climbing through 2,500, flight level 350, direct deals, final traffic call.
Okay, flap set, 45. Speed brakes are on. Gear is down. My plane. Okay, gears down. I should have thrown the gear down a little earlier. It's alright, we're all set, ready to go. Flight director off, please. Okay, landing checks. Thrust reversers, good. Landing and flaps. Landing gear and flaps set. Miami traffic, Riptide 5206, 2 mile final, runway 8 right, Miami.
1,000.
Check. On speed, sync, 700. Let's try to hit it on the marks today. What do you say? I want the 1,000-footers.
Sync rate.
Yeah, I know.
500.
Check.
400. 300.
Slightly low. Ground contact.
Sync rate. 200.
Inside choke.
Sync rate. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
That nose gear down. Reversers on. Reversers engaged. We got spoilers. We'll let it roll. I'm going to get on the brakes because I don't want to back taxi all this way. Passengers are like eating the seat. Welcome to Miami, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Miami. The local time is 10:59 a.m. and it's currently about 82 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon. Come to a complete stop.
I'll shut the lights off here in a minute. Let me just get on the taxiway here. We're going to go down November straight down to Pop, and then we'll take Papa in. Well, it feels good to be home. A good successful run on that. Keep the nose lights on. Strobes coming off. Wing and specs are off. That's coming off. Power fuel coming on. And we'll start the APU. APU on. Now we'll go ahead and turn off that and that. And those. Welcome to Miami, where I could feel the humidity already. About 100 degrees here. Let's see what we got here. We've got APUs fired up. Good. All right, this is Pop. All right, now I'll show you where we're going to park. We're going to park at G Gulf 53, which is the Coastal Connection area. And it's actually G1 on your chart, so that's where we're going to park. G1. Let's see if I can summon GSX to park us there. Can't see anything. Hold on. I think it's like G53. There it is. G55. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and throw number 1 down. Go ahead and throw these off. So usually all of our aircraft are going to be parked on the other side of the gate, while Coastal Connection parks in a different spot. We actually don't use a gate here. We don't have a jetway. Not over here we don't. Nose lights, recogs off. Everything's good to go. You're basically drinking water with every breath, I'm sure. Okay, we're going to have to swing it in. So it's nice and tight here. Making a kind of a wide turn. What are you doing, dude? Get out of my way. He's in my way. I'm going to run him over. Brakes coming on. Engine cut off. Cut. Beacon. Seatbelts. Oh, man. Well, that was fun. That was a good time. Hydraulics coming off. You keep those hydraulics on, you're going to overheat them. Let's go aircraft. Open the doors. Chock the aircraft. We'll open both of those doors. They're going to connect the ground power because this is our base. And we are going to go ahead and throw... And by the way, this aircraft goes from here and it goes over to, I think it goes to Tampa, then it goes to Orlando, then back. So another crew jumps on. And I haven't even pushed that to the schedule yet. I have to get that done. All right. Well, there we go. Let's go ahead and do our shutdowns. That's good. We're going to go to standby. And then the last thing we want to do is put the air on, and that is pushed in. It is now, and we're going to go ahead and throw power air off. And we'll throw boost pumps to the off position. I want to throw the packs to the off position now. That's it. Well, folks, we made it. You had a full 2 flights with this aircraft. Let's go ahead and click GSX. Deboard.
Deboarding requested.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it. How are we doing that landing? Nice landing. I say we butted her down. Did we? I don't know what it was. Very humid. Yeah, no jetway, definitely regional airline. That's right.
Passengers deboarding.
Well, our jet are all of the on the other side are all of our jetways. So we're in this terminal. They just come out of. I think they come out of what door? I think they come out of the door. I gotta make this happen in GSX. Yeah, that's where eventually we own this entire side of the G gates, and eventually we'll own all of these gates too. So we pay for every single one. All right, folks. Well, it's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I've got to go ahead and do a few things. I've got to file the flight plan. Just got credit for it. Great. That's it. That's all she wrote. We had fun. I do love flying the CRJ, I gotta admit. It's a fun airplane to fly. Keeps you on your toes. It teaches you a whole bunch of stuff. There's no auto throttle, so you're just doing everything manually, which I like. Cool stuff. 224. That's not that. It was a little firm. I had the power out. That's why I was trying to hit the spot really more than greasing it. But that's it. I'm going to take a picture of this, and I'm going to bid you adieu. Now, I said I ordered something for the Bravo, and it's coming, so I'll be able to put it on the Bravo quadrant. It's a CRJ, whole CRJ pack. Yes, I do. I'm out of here.
Crew deboarding starting.
We're gone. Yeah, so anyway.
Pilots deboarding starting.
Yeah, okay. Captain Jason, did you leave Southwest? No, I'm still there. I'm on leave though. So you're talking about Southwest Virtual, yeah. Just kind of, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch the airline go down in flames, and that's what's happening. So it's just tough to watch it. At least for right now, it's hard. All right, folks, I'm gonna leave you to it. You guys have a great week. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And thanks for all your support. Follow us on Instagram, where we post a lot, and you can see news. And then Instagram has Thread now, which I'm using to communicate like delays, flight delays, or stuff like that. I didn't advertise for this flight because, to tell you the truth, I didn't know I was going to have it because of the sim. But I think it was good. It's a good test. So with that in mind, folks, have a great week. Until next time, keep the blue side up and the black side down. We'll see you here. Thank you.